Hello, fellas. Are we in? I think we should be in. Hi, guys. Welcome to the day. Welcome to the day. We got some plans. I plan on doing a couple of things. I plan on doing a little bit of Windwalker testing. Doing some Shadow Priest, doing some Elemental Shaman, but I want to do them like, I already did some testing on him yesterday, but I want to do sort of like a proper breakdown of like what are some new things that have come through, talk about them, show off some visuals and whatnot, and kind of be able to throw some of that up on YouTube for people. So that's my sort of plan. And then depending on how time looks, you know, if I get through some of this quite quickly, we can either do some other classes or maybe I'll chill and do some, you know, some other gaming or whatever stuff I feel like doing. So that'll be my plan. And I'm just thinking about this cooldown manager right in the middle of my screen, which I think is a little bit, golly, a little bit in your face. Let me see as well if I can get some, music going. Big. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so I want to move. Is the DPS thing working yet? Damage meter? Dude. I am so shocked and surprised. Maybe they're getting it all ready for beta, huh? Copium. Gotta say, the longer this stuff goes without seeing, longer this goes without seeing some sort of improvements, more concerned I am. Beta comes out in less than 2 weeks now. Less than 2 weeks. Right, utility cooldowns, I think I can get rid of. This, I need to work on how many things are being tracked. I don't need to track PD. I don't need to track Blackout Kick, Tiger Palm, Crackling, Spinning. I mean, what do you even need to track as a flippin'... I don't think I need to track anything as a monk. Hold on. Let me just hide them. Cool. Cool. And then I can go get to level 90. I don't even have the Apex talents sorted. Whee. Let me talk to this bozo. Oh, and I wonder... Oh, really quick. I want to see if Prey is in yet. Actually, maybe being on a new character will be better. Now, let me check on this character. I want to see if the Prey system's up. It might be. Ugh. Check if the Prey system is up. Because they said it should be up right now already. And it sort of worked. Like, you could accept the quest, but then nothing came after it. Let me see. Come on. Oh my god, it's actually working. Alright, I might... Oh, okay. Alright, I can check this out soon as well. Oh, okay, I'll do that properly on a character. Okay, wow, Prey system's working. Sick. Sick, 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 sick. So what characters am I testing today? I'm testing Shadow Priest. I'm testing Shaman, Shadow Priest, Monk. I think in that order. And then I do want to check some hunt stuff after that as well. Okay. Big. Quite big. Okay, so what is the situation with Monk then? So if I'm playing Shadowpan, first of all, I can grab that. Then what is my Apex doing? While in combat, yeah, you gain stacks, don't you? Causing your crit strike to be increased by 2% during your zenith. And then it stacks up out of combat, okay? Your crit strike damage is increased. You have a chance equal to your crit strike to increase the damage of your Fist of Fury by 15% each time it deals damage. So, is Windwalker gonna go very crit heavy? I'm trying to think of what it is currently. I think it might even just be haste mastery, like everybody else, you know? I'm gonna get rid of Jade Stomp. I don't think I can take everything here. In Rising Sun Kick splashes onto enemies. That probably, I mean, you're probably kind of whatever with that. Maybe. I don't know. I need a proper let me undo my right tree. How would I build out? Let's start by looking at how we'd build this out a little bit, maybe. So obviously we're gonna grab Fist, we're gonna grab Sharp Reflexes, very important. Gotta grab that so we can go down the rest of the tree. Fist Fury damage is increased by 100% of your haste. Fist damage deals more damage. Okay, so just Fist of Fury gets buffed. And then Expel Harm. Just like some heal stuff. Mastery versus haste. Is that what it currently is? Wait, it's currently Mastery verse. Ah, yes, it is. Definitely Mastery Prio. I thought it was Mastery Haste. Mastery verse, wow. Probably more crit value in Midnight? Yeah, it must be because of the Apex talent specifically, right? Depending on how valuable this is going to be, and I guess other talents that scale with crit, I mean... what up, Amoris? How you doing, dude? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Some crit damage there. Flurry strikes have 15% additional chance to critically strike. Crit damage. Auto attack crit chance, okay. Ah, wait. Tiger Eye Brew is going to give you a bunch of crits, so maybe actually you don't need to build too much crit, because it's going to give you 20% during your Zenith. And means that you're not going to want to, like, double use Zenith, because you're going to want to probably be stacking up your Tiger Brew. I wonder if I can put that on the tracker. So what else we got? Increase your maximum chi by 1, maximum energy by 20, and energy regen. Blackout Kick, crit chance, crit damage is increased. That's probably better with, I mean, well, Shadowpan gets 30% extra crit damage on Blackout Kick. Crit strike chance increased by 2%. Increase while Zuen is active. So that's like, seems kind of dead for Shadowpan, right? Like, that's probably got to get changed. Attack bomb damage increased by 30%. It's breakfast tired. Also looked at Vengeance in the app. I have not looked at Vengeance yet. No, I do plan on doing like tanks and healers probably separate. They'll probably do them all in one. I think. I want to get through these. I think what I'm gonna do now is like focus a lot more on these alpha streams where I do just test specs. I could probably go class by class. That would also probably be pretty cool, but at the moment I'm just going through like damage stuff at the moment, yeah. Not sure you fully understand Apex talents. Free to not take Apex talents, but at the same time I feel like if you don't take Apex talents, it means that the design sucks. Well, it just... A lot of the Apex talents are just extremely, excruciatingly passive, to the point where I don't really know why they've added them, because they're not exciting. They are not game-changing. They are not interesting, really, whatsoever. Like, I don't know. This one, for example, for Monk. In combat, you gain stacks. When you use your cooldown, you just have more crit. Then there's a 2-point node. You get more crit damage. And then your Fist of Fury just does more if you have crit. You're like... They're not very exciting, to be honest. But yeah, in theory, you could skip them and put 4 extra points into your talent tree. But then that would just mean that the tuning's bad. I think Apex talents are just a box feature. It's something they can put on the box. It's something they can, like... The marketing team can say, hey... Come play WoW, there's Apex talents. And it sounds good. Apex. Like, oh, wow, okay. It's the flip it. It's the peak. You know? It's the prime. And then you look at them and you go, oh, okay, that doesn't really... Oh, well, that doesn't really do... Okay, yes. Yeah, you could, in theory, just get an initial, or you could put, like, a couple points into it. Yeah, in theory, yeah. But then again, that would mean that they're designed, like, they're not tuned well if they're not taken, because, like, that's not... The intent is that you're taking all 4 of them. Which then kind of doesn't really make it a choice, does it? I don't know. It's... Yeah, I don't know. Why even add them if you're just going to be forced to take them anyway? But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. Your auto attacks have a 30% chance to instead kick your target. I mean, I probably need to take that to come down here for, like, AoE stuff. Tiger Palm causes your next blackout kick to strike an additional time. Blackout kick has a chance to reset the remaining cooldown on Rising Sun Kick. So is that... Right, so that could get up to 8 blackout kick. Oh, right, but it's like a reduced amount of damage, yeah? Yeah, okay. And then I get... So I've got 1 more point to spend. I mean, I don't take Ferociousness. I would probably, I guess, just take Ascension. Just to get me down the tree. Okay. I don't see why these are 2-point nodes. Kind of kills them, right? So grab Zenith. That's the new... Not the new SEF, but... Well, SEF got changed to Weapons of Order, and then it's been renamed. Spinning Clay Kick damage is increased. Spinning Clay Kick detonates into a Chi Explosion, dealing 3,000 nature damage to all enemies within 8 yards, reduced beyond 5 targets. That's different now, isn't it? I think that's been changed. Spinning Chi has a chance to make your next Spinning Crane Kick cost no Chi. You can get the reduction... Zenith, or duration of Zenith is extended. That probably works nicely with... Right, so that works with the Apex talent, right? Because if it's extended by 5 seconds and you get an additional 5 seconds of the benefits of this Tiger Eye Brew. Sounds beneficial. What do we got here? Some Touch of Death stuff? Nah, we don't care about Touch of Death. Duration of Fist is increased, or you gain 10% more haste from all sources of haste. Rising Sun Kick has a chance equal to 100% of your haste to trigger a second time. And restoring 1 Chi. Wow. Okay. Hit combo, you grab that. You have a chance when you... I mean, do I need this? Cooldown of Rising Sun Kick is reduced and damage of Blackout Kick is increased. So definitely on the right-hand side is single target. Like, okay, I'm getting this. So right-hand side is more single target. It's Blackout Kick. It's Rising Sun Kick. Left-hand side, Spinning Crane Kick, AoE. But there are some components that make your Rising Sun Kick deal AoE or cleave, and your Blackout Kick potentially... well, there's like the hit 2 additional target. Yeah, Shadow Boxing right here. Then you have a choice node of Strike of the Windlord or Whirling Dragon Punch. I'm going to take Whirling Dragon Punch just because it's tradition, but do both of them kind of just do the same thing? Strike with both fists at all enemies in front of you, dealing damage. Deals reduced damage to secondary targets. Performs a devastating whirling upward strike, dealing damage to all nearby enemies and additional, 10,000 damage to the first target struck. So that costs 2 chi, that is free. Strike with the Windlord more single target. $30k to everything, or 16k to everything. I don't can, but that. Oh, but that costs 2 chi. That's why it doesn't. Yeah, okay. I was like, why is Strike of the Windlord just seemingly just so much better? But it's because it costs 2 chi. Okay. We'll go whirling for now. I like the little whirl. So I got to spend 5 points. Increases maximum energy there. When you consume Blackout Kick, you have a chance to generate 1 chi. I mean, I guess you. I could also get Rising Sun Kick stuff down here. So, like, there's some new AoE shit with Rising Sun Kick. So, after consuming Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick has a chance to become Rushing Wind Kick. Kick up a powerful gust of wind, dealing damage in a 25-yard cone to enemies in front of you. In fact, if I just do Rising Sun... So, there's a talent here which is going to increase its damage and crit damage. That reduces its cooldown. This can cause it to trigger a second time. Sounds quite good. I mean, if I were to grab some Rising Sun Kick talents then, increase its damage, probably grab... I mean, I still have 3 talent points here that I can spend. During Zenith, Blackout Kick generates 1 chi. Does it normally cost 1 chi? I think that's going to make the cooldown window feel more comfortable, right? You have a 10% chance when you Tiger Palm to cause your next Blackout Kick to cost no chi. Okay. When you consume Blackout Kick, you have a 100% chance to generate 1 chi. Probably don't need both of the or all of these. Increase max energy. I mean, I'm going to need one of these to go further down the tree. Let's just go energy for now, sure. So far, I mean, what have I mean, there's some Blackout Kick damage. So I can go more Rising Sun Kick or go more Blackout Kick, but I don't think I can go, like, Rising Sun Kick and Blackout Kick damage and Spinning Crane Kick damage because, well, then, yeah, then you'd have everything. Then you'd have everything. Okay, you have a 100% chance to gain Blackout Kick after consuming Dance of Chi-Ji. What is the Blackout Kick exclamation mark? Does that mean... Why has it got an exclamation mark on it? What does that mean? Is that the free... Yeah, does anyone know what that means? Any Windwalker gamers? The teachings of the monastery or something, maybe? I don't know. But my first Apex talent has just become available. So I'd grab all 4 Apex talents. So I've got 10 points left to use at the bottom of the tree here. And there's so much to choose from. Holy shit. So I have 10 points to out of a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We can get half of these. Bok is the free boosted Blackout Kick, which is... the free boosted Blackout Kick. Let me see. Energy Burst? No. Oh, yeah. Maybe? No, not Energy Burst. Is it just a... Some of the Blackout Kicks to strike at additional time? That's not free. Blackout Kick is free and does more damage. When is it free and does more damage? Ah, that one. Combo breaker. 10% chance when you target palm to cause your next blackout kick to cost no chi. Okay. So, there's like this AoE thing I can do down here. So, 100% chance to gain blackout kick after consuming Dance of Chi, which is basically just, so when I Dance of Chi, I get a free blackout kick, which just helps with hit combo and that kind of shit, I guess, and like getting more blackouts in and whatever, and more reduction on fists and Rising Sun Kick, and okay. So this is just when I use, after consuming blackout kick, Rising Sun Kick has a chance to become Rushing Wind Kick, which is just going to AoE. Now, this is new, is it not? This is new, for sure. I don't remember having this on live right now. So, spinning crane kick, or consuming, was it consuming Dance of Chi? Yeah, so consuming Dance of Chi, so spinning Chi has a chance to make your spinning crane kick cost no Chi. So, doing other things gives me free spinning crane kick. Using that free spinning crane kick gives me a free blackout kick. Using that free blackout kick gives me an empowered Rising Sun Kick. Cool. I mean, it does increase damage by 6% per target. It's not often that there's like a does more damage the more targets there are. But Windwalker still feels like very target capped. Is it not? It looks it and feels it. Rising Sun Kick gains 20% additional effectiveness from Mastery Combo Breaker. Bless you. Bless you. Yeah, she had me. She's such a big sneezer, man. Casting Track the Windlord and Whirling Dragon Punch grants Blackout Kick. Okay. So there's like a guarantee there if you want it. Strike of the Windlord and Whirling Dragon Punch have a 100% chance to activate Dance of Chi. Ah, okay. I mean, you may as well activate Dance of Chi because then that's going to give you a free Blackout Kick. I don't get it. I guess if you don't want to use... I guess if you're in AoE, you'd want Revolving Wind, and if you're in single target, you'd want Echo Technique. Because in single target, you're not going to use your flipping Spinning Crane, are you? Well, in theory, you're not, but you do. If you get but I guess if you're not talented, you probably don't talent into that because you'd have to come grab. Well, I mean, maybe you grab Cyclone's Drift. I don't know. Well, it's played basically all the time on live. Well, now it's going to become a choice node, huh? I think the Windwalker dev gets a bonus for each talent that says 5 targets in it. Hold on, can I type in 5? No, surely. Five targets. 5 targets. 2 targets. 5 targets, 5 targets. Oh no, just... Oh, to secondary targets. Ooh. 5 targets. The list goes on. Ah, the talent whirl. Oh, revolving whirl. I see. That said revolving wind for some reason. I don't know why. Right. Basically, you're always taking that. Because why wouldn't you? Like... Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I get... Yeah. I guess if you didn't have sequence strikes and stuff, but I think you always kind of do. So the Rising Sun Kick crit strike reduces cooldown of Fist of Fury by 4 seconds. Huh? Okay. Zuan's Battle Gear. Rising Sun Kick's Rising Sun Kick's crit strike chance is increased by 4% for each nearby enemy up to 5 enemies. 10% of Rising Sun Kick's damage splashes onto nearby enemies. Wait, this, like, sounds sick. Like, a flippin' Rising Sun Kick AoE. I mean, but then you're just doing AoE and single target AoE. I don't know. Your spells and abilities have a chance to activate Flurry of Zuen, unleashing a barrage of deadly swipes. Your damage in a cone. But we're not running Zuen, so I don't think I'm gonna flippin' take that. So now I have like 5 talent points left. Okay, we can make something work here. We can make something work here. The Rising Sun Kick stuff seems sick. Would you probably also grab the Mastery? I don't know. Definitely take Flurry with Shadow Pan. Yeah. Unleashing a barrage of deadly swipes to deal damage. So is that because every 7,000 damage you deal generates a Flurry charge? Right, okay. Is that just going to be better stack generation? Zenith causes Rising Sun Kick and Spinning Crane Kick to launch 3 Flurry Strikes. Okay. Yeah, just firing stuff off. Yep. Okay. All right, 4 points left. What do we want to go for? So I can get reduction. Probably don't care about that. Magic damage is increased by 15%. How much do I care about magic damage? I'm just thinking how much. I mean, is that more of more of like a conduit thing, maybe? Like, is Zuen magic? I would imagine Zuen is magic, and that's where. Yeah. No longer doing the chain lightning thing, the crash lightning, crackling jade lightning. What else we got? Damage during Zenith is increased by 10%. I mean, probably just take a 10% buff during your cooldowns. Where all your damage is coming in. Melee attack speed is increased by 30%. This bonus increases 60% during Zenith. I mean, sounds neat. They made it seemingly insane in single target? No, how is it insane in single target? I'm interested. Your flurries are all magic. Ah, okay. So I probably want that. Strike of the Windlord and Whirling Dragon Punch grant 4 stacks of Teaching of the Monastery. I don't know what Teaching of the Monastery is. Oh, it's this. Which just gives me more blackout damage. So I've got 1 talent point left. Flurry strikes are nature damage and shadow sometimes. Yeah, because there's a weak aura that tracks the different like whether you're in shadow or whatever. And shadow's the one that's uncapped AoE as well. I know, yeah, that's a thing, huh? So I haven't gone for Slicing Winds. The end of your Fists of Fury channel, you release a Jadefire Stomp, dealing 2,000 damage to 5 enemies in front of you. And then you can either make it do more AoE damage, or you can make it do more single target damage. I have this spare talent point here. So I can make Blackout Kick cleave. Or I can get a reduction on my Rising Sun Kick. Something I did want to test is I did want to see if Rising Sun Kick reduces the cooldown of Fist by 4 seconds. Now this causes Rising Sun Kick to cleave. But it technically isn't Rising Sun Kick anymore. I was thinking, like, what if you do a Rushing Wind Kick? Does that, like, give me mega cooldown reduction on my Fist? Probably not. Oh, the shadow stuff? It's all gone? Okay. 15% damage on Flurry Strikes? I got that already, didn't I? I've got Flurry there. Or are you saying... just the magic damage? Yeah. Maybe just Rising Sun Kick reduction by 1 second? Or Thunder Fist, maybe? I'll get an extra 20. I'll go more Rising Sun Kick. Every Rising Sun Kick talent we can. Let's go. I punch. I punch. Oh, I should have Rising Sun Kick before, thingy-majig. Fist. Yeah. Oh, dude, the animation looks so good. There we go. Oh, I got big time off my fists. Okay. You can see the icon for whatchamacallit's changes. Okay, I'm gonna hold that rushing jade, so it lasts like 12 seconds, right? I'm gonna do Fist of Fury, and then I'm gonna see if I spend this, if I get big time off. No, okay, it's just capped at 4 seconds. Okay. Makes sense. It should just cap at 4 seconds, but worth checking out. Right, so now I've got like 10 stacks. I can probably go into a Zuen window. Oh, I should have Rising before Fists, I guess. Well, no, because I need to get it on CD ASAP. I feel like I'm not blackout kicking enough. There's a second Fist during my Zuen. So, I'm just thinking, like, am I just gonna spinning crane forever? Or am I actually gonna be trying to blackout and Rising Sun Kick as much as I can? I guess it depends on your build, but it's just like, which build is gonna be good? Hello, Brother Daniel. How you doing today? I feel like I just don't have enough, like, can't spend everything. Like, I'm just mega starved right now, but that might just be beginning of expansion stuff, you know? So there's, oh, that doesn't put a cooldown on Rising Sun Kick. That's pretty good. Like, because of hit combo, yeah, I'm gonna want to be... Oh, big rushing. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels good. Tell you what, the Zenith window, I actually quite like the Zenith window. See, Monk is like... Monk is a spec, or Windwalker is a spec where when you get your cooldown window, it actually feels good. The new Fist animation looks great as well, I think. So, like, I can Rising Sun Kick, right? And then the Blackout Kick gives me a refresh on my Rushing Jade, which then gives me a refresh on my Rising Sun. Like, I just did 3 Rising Sun Kick abilities in 3 globals. Well, 4 globals because I needed to generate, but that sounds pretty mental. I think because during it, you just have quite a bit of chi. But, like, look, if I Rising Sun Kick now... Okay, I didn't get the proc. But no, I think it feels quite good. Am I playing the Cleave Blackout Kick? No, I'm not. I don't know if I'm missing a critical talent with chi generation, though. Like, I don't know if Energy Burst is needed or something. Maybe it's just beginning of expansion stuff, because also I'm in, well, I'm very low haste. I don't know if, that has an impact, but like, yeah, stat-wise, I'm not looking hot. Because right now, like on live, you can play and you feel like you're generating a good amount of chi, and you actually have enough energy where you can be pumping in like Tiger Palms comfortably. But right now on this, I don't feel like I can. Yeah, that with Lust is going to be like Monk with Lust there. Going to be insane. You will not need to press Tiger Palm during your Zenith window. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it based on this, because I basically don't need to. I mean, look at this, right? If I double Tiger Palm at the beginning and then Zenith, I go Tiger Palm, Zenith, Rising Sun. We can black out. Well, probably don't need to black out actually. Whirling Dragon, blackout, Rising, spin, blackout, spin, fists, Rising, spin, maybe blackout, whatever. Oh, you want to still do it in Shadow Pen? Right, okay. Why is that? Because you need to spend energy. Right. Am I not spending energy anywhere else? Is it just... Oh, Tiger Palm spends 55, damn. So where is it in the... Is it here? Energy spend is deal an additional 40% damage. Every 50 you spend reduces the cooldown of Zenith by 1 second. Oh, probably not that, right? And, triggering the flurry strikes with fists is a great idea, to be honest. Because right now on live, you kind of want to not press fist too much during Storm Earth and Fire to spend enough energy. Oh, really? Flurry charges launching with energy spent? I think so. So Zenith causes Rising Sun Kick and Spinning Crane Kick to launch 3 flurry strikes. So I guess during my... Okay, during my Zenith, I wonder if I just want to be like Rising Sun. So like, Rising Sun Kick, go into Zenith. Oh, rushing, spin. Probably want to fist ASAP though. Mike and Rising, whirling, spin. Blackout, spin. Rising, spin. Blackout, Tiger Palm, fists. But I guess, like, every time you're spinning during Zenith, you're getting these flurry strike things. And you can just black out. You can black out and whirling quite a bit, actually, during your Zenith. Yeah, that is how it is on live. It's you TP every other global, which kind of then plays like Survival Hunter, where every other global is a kill command, right? I think having distinction between the different specs and stuff is good. You know? Otherwise, a lot of specs just end up feeling similar. Does energy spending still do anything for Flurry? Shadowpan? I don't believe so. Does energy spenders deal more damage, and it reduces the cooldown of Zenith, so outside of your Zenith window, I guess so. Yo, what up, Panda? How's Feral? I'm being told the new big talent is not nice to play around. You mean the Apex talent? Feral didn't get a new big talent. Oh, Fanatic Frenzy or something? What, the AoE... The AoE Feral Frenzy? Why would it not be nice to play around? Give me the full scope here, Panda, and I'll see what I can muster up for you. They're telling you it's ass? Let me go on your Twitter right now. Is it on this one? Yeah, you may be talking about... No, well, not if it's saying the frenzy. DM request? Big. So someone's DM'd you about it? Yeah. I got you. So someone's DM'd you saying that I can't actually remember what it's called. Is it Fanatic Frenzy? Something like that. The AoE Feral Frenzy button is ass. I don't know what that means, because it works exactly like Feral Frenzy, which we have had for years. But it just does AoE now. So I don't know why that would make it feel bad to play around. Maybe they're talking about Chomp or something. The one where if you're low energy, then you can press it. Maybe that is what they're talking about. Frantic Frenzy, that's the one. Yeah, Frantic Frenzy. Probably just Twitter being Twitter. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I wouldn't really look at anything that anyone has ever tweeted ever and think anything about it at all, ever. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know how it would feel bad to play around. Just you have low energy, you press Chomp, or you want to generate combo points and do AoE. I mean, dude, look, I mean, I'll show you real quick, Panda, like the flipping ability. It's sick. I mean, you have Alpha, right? One sec, guys. I'll come back to Windwalker in one moment. We're just gonna help our little panda friend really quick. Probably someone who doesn't already play Feral. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you get some people who are like... Some people are... Like, you'll talk about different things, right? And some people are like, oh, this design of Feral is the worst thing that's ever happened to us. And then somebody else is like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to us. And then some people are like, they need to remove this ability. And then other people are like, they need to remove that ability. And, you know, it's just like... I don't know. Maleo, thank you for the raid, dude. How was the stream? Welcome, we're doing some alpha stuff. How do you stop... Oh, I don't know. I don't really get too much of that, to be honest. My chat is quite civilized as far as ferals go. But I don't get any of the Discord Andes coming in. So, maybe that's what you're dealing with. Do we have level 90 templates? We do. We do. But, like, I can show you Feral right now. I think Feral's looking really good, actually. I'll show you really quick. But Blood Talons is gone, which makes your life a lot easier. AoE Feral Frenzy, ready? Look at that. That was cool. That was cool. Now when your bleeds are going to be snapshotted, it highlights. You see how there's a different icon? Wow, the icons just changed. Big. There's still, like, some rake spreading, like tab rake, but... shouldn't ruin your day. You only have the level up template? Yeah. Go talk to the Tauren, and he just pings you up to level 90. Bing. I am generating too much energy, though, right now. Oh, the NFC on nameplates? Because the nameplate settings right now are really bad. Let me, oh, God. That a bit better? Yeah, I was generating too much energy for Chomp. Apparently Arms is sick. I have no idea, actually. Smash? I have no idea. It's good. A good question. Yeah, I don't know. Feral's looking pretty cool. I think you could for sure play it, Pet, and enjoy it. But yeah, Arms apparently looking really good too. Love to see Arms at some point. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off Windwalker. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some, like, YouTube footage as well. So I'm trying to, like, I want to do, like, sort of a start to finish full breakdown of how Windwalker's looking. Then I'll move over to Shadow Priest, Elemental, and then some Arms Warrior if we can. Still no damage meter at the moment, yeah. Still waiting for that. So snapshotting still a thing? It is, but it's being reduced. So snapshotting is now only going to occur during Tiger Fury. So there's no more Blood Talons where there's like a separate secondary snapshot. Literally, you have Tiger Fury, you bleed to snapshotted. Tiger Fury ends, your bleed to no longer snapshotted. That's it. It's on, off, done. One thing that you have to consider. And you can see the icon of the bleed. They've now just updated the UI. So now you can very clearly see the update UI to show you that the bleed is snapshotted. What is very strange to me is after 20 years, Blizzard has finally used the UI to show you your bleed is snapshotted. Finally made it clear to the player what snapshotting is, and then just nerfed it down anyway. Why do both? Why do both? Why not give people a period where you've shown them how snapshotting works, see if people like it, now that they understand how it works, and then decide whether or not to prune it. But you've like... It's like you've built, like, a wheelchair access into a building for somebody, and then removed their wheelchair. You know what I mean? It's like, why are we doing both here? When speaking about wheelchairs, probably talking about Ret Paladin. This is probably confusing people now, talking about Feral. But it's like, why we've kind of done two things here, and I don't know. I think this whole pruning thing is just crazy to me, because I have zero issue with, like, learning how a rotation works. I have infinite issues with learning how a flippin' talent tree works. Like, if you don't play a Spec, bruh. Yeah, I got some rocks, baby. Imagine 5 Windwalkers with Lust. Big kick. I love the front flip animation as well. I'm like out of... I can't Fist of Fury right now. And then Rising Sun kicks off CD, and then so is flipping Whirling Dragon Punch. Big. Can you test if teaching in the monastery stacks give a CDR on Fist as well? Tiger Bombs, you next to back. Oh, yes. So you want to see... So it's this, isn't it? Was it Tiger Palm? Right, so if I get a bunch of Tiger Palm stacks... And then I put Fists on cooldown. So in theory, a Blackout Kick should take 1 second off Fist? Let's see. Okay, looked like it did 1 or 2 seconds there. Yeah, no, it's only taking 1 second off. Is there a thing where it can stack up to 8 times? Yeah, there, huh? But I'm not Tiger Palming that much before Blackout Kicking. I will say the cooldown window of Monk genuinely feels good compared to some other specs that you play, and it doesn't feel so good. Play a tiny bit of Feral and DF in The War Within. It felt like there was resource proc overcap. No, no longer a thing. They addressed it in The War Within. Actually, the beginning of The War Within, they got rid of Predator, which was a talent which gave us Tiger Fury back whenever a mob died. So it's you're now global. Sorry, you're now energy. capped on Feral, not like global capped. You know what I mean? I haven't tested assassination yet. No. Are we saying Assass is budget Feral? Feral is budget Assass, surely. Okay, is there anything I want to test with Conduit? So Conduit gets Zuen. But is there anything else that really changes that I care about? So your August Celestials empower you, causing you to radiate 100,000 nature damage onto enemies and 7,000 healing onto up to 5 injured allies. You may move while channeling. So the question is with this is like, do I want to do it post-Zenith or within Zenith? Because it does an insane amount of damage, actually. Like, it's actually a mental amount of damage. My game doesn't break, I'll show you. Yeah, can do. Yeah, sure. Because Zenith is going to increase my damage by 10% as well and all that. Hold on, let me go to this. So I think this should be active. It's just being... Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's telling... Yeah, there we go. There's like some kind of weird bug with the conduit thing, but... So Slicing Winds gives a Heart of the Jade Serpent window, which is Heart of the Jade Serpent. Heart of the Jade Serpent. Strike of the Windlord and Whirling Dragon Punch call upon Yulon to increase the cooldown recovery rate of Fist of Fury. Strike of the Windlord, Rising Sun Kick, and Whirling Dragon Punch by 75 to 76 seconds. Channel time Fist of Fury is reduced by 50% while Yulon is active. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, channel time reduced. That's cool. So would you also want to maybe take 1 second longer fists? Where is that? There, maybe. Crashing Fists. Since only 0.5 seconds longer. So, Slicing Winds. Yeah, Strike of the Windlord drawing upon Yulon. Wait, no it doesn't. Strike of the Windlord and Whirling Dragon. So it's changed, yeah? Why would... Other Jade Serpent additionally triggers for 4 seconds at 100% effectiveness after you cast Zenith. So that is just all the tier set being baked in. Did I see the 14 letter? I've been chatting a bit about it in my general Discord, in the Final Fantasy section of my Discord. Been talking about it a bit, Dave, yeah. Late November, early December is going to be my back into more FF consistently. Changed away from Slicing Winds? Yeah, looks like it. Tiger Bomb has a chance to cause Zuen to claw your target. Invoke the Zuen the White Tiger, guarantees your next cast activates this effect. Slicing Wind still hits like a truck. Yeah, it does so much damage, especially if you do the extra 100% damage increase. I'm just thinking about what talents would I get rid of. I don't know, maybe like get rid of Rushing Jade Wind stuff. Like maybe drop that. Probably drop Heal. Rising Sun Kicks crits. Reduce, I mean, maybe I'll drop that and that. I don't know if there's anything else that I would pick up. You use any gear in your glamours irrespective of class, job, or level restrictions? Wait, what? That is fully opening up glamour. Wow, okay. Interesting. So you can be like level 7 in like max level gear. Okay, interesting. We got one tree to be there. Yeah, so left side is like AoE and cleave. But there's some cool like Rising Sun Kick build stuff going on down here now. So, like down here is like Rising Sun Kick stuff. Here is like Spinning Crane Kick. Here is like cooldown windows. Here is random bits. And then up here is like single target Blackout Kick, some Rising Sun Kick. And then here is just like, yeah, General Monk stuff. There's like little bits here and there. Need to get the gear first? Yeah, got you. I I mean, I don't know that I want Slicing Winds and flippin' channeling like my flippin' conduit. Surely not. Insane damage. Like, how much do we care about damage right now, right? Like, tuning's gonna continue to occur, so I'm just thinking, like, how much do we care about that? Right, so you want to see... You want to see how much damage Celeste does in Conduit does in Zenith. Alright, let's see. You guys see this? Yeah, you guys can see this. Okay. Let me put that there. Okay. Was it doing much? Oh, yeah. 66,000 a tick. $65,000. That's so much damage. That is so much damage. It's because the healing numbers were, like, replacing... Yeah, another 65,000 there. Dead fast start, that's whatever. How come it's only Shadowpan that gets the cool Fist of Fury animation? Strength of the Black Ox. Damn, that's hitting hard. Your next 2 Black Ox kicks refund 2 stacks to teach you the monster and cause your knees out to stomp at the target's location. Wow. That does some decent damage. Wait, what? It hit for 36,000? Oh my god. And then did I do a Slicing Winds? I did, before the Whirling Dragon. Slicing Winds hit for 55,000 on single target. Yeah, so it does about 65,000 on a single target. Let's see what it does here. Big fist, big fist. I'm gonna Slicing. Oh my god, that hit for 120,000. Alright, this is doing 70k a tick. No, this is doing like 70k a tick. Oh my god. Oh my god. Celeste Conduit, yeah, no, 75,000, 78,000, 35,000. Yeah, 78,000 there. It was doing more damage. 69, nice. Where was the flippin'... Dude, I did 120,000 Slicing Wind. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna Zenith Slicing Wind. I don't think it should get empowered from the Conduit thing, huh? Alright, Slicing Wind here. 50,000 a piece? Yeah, 50,000 non-crit. That's mental. That's mental. A Ferocious Bite, a Feral Druid Ferocious Bite, for example, hits for about 14,000 damage right now on Alpha. And a Ravage hits for about, I think, 16,000, maybe a bit more. How they not have DPS meters? I know, it's kind of mental. Yeah, it's because these dummies keep me in combat for a while, and otherwise I have to keep running away, and it's just effort. Hey, DQ. You're not making a hot drink anytime soon, are you? Yeah, a little bit. I'm on Chai Bear. How am I supposed to play Chai Bear if I don't have Chai? Yeah, Chai Bear is a good name. I'm playing a monk. Message Rob and see if he'll make me a coffee. No, he'll make a shit cup of coffee. You make the best coffee. You said I make the best cup as well, so get off my ass. Okay, well, she got me there. I do make a good cup of coffee. She got me there. She got me there. Yeah, so I'm at 10 outside of combat now. Okay, big. So, oh, it's still called Weapons of Order. Blizzard, this is literally... Windwalker Monk is literally unplayable right now. Weapons of Order doesn't even exist. It's called Zenith. I can't take this... one of my friends, his middle name is Zenith. And I feel like I'm summoning his energy right now. I was thinking earlier they should, Oh no, it's so good. What's wrong with Windwalker? What do you mean what's wrong with... Oh, the buff says Weapons of Order, and that doesn't exist anymore. Live in Asgard? No, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like the name Zenith, I guess. I mean, it's a pretty sick name, Zenith. Pretty sick kid's name. It's kind of shit you'd give, like, Hollywood actors would, like, call their kid, you know? One of them's called, like, Spoon. The other one's called, like, Worktop Surface. And then the other one's called Zenith. You know what I mean? Like, that's definitely some kind of tech billionaire kid's name. Right, anyway. Why have I been blue? I don't know. Something is happening to me. And I'm also floating. Well, think about it. Is there anything in this build that you guys think particularly Celeste needs? Like, like, Sai, how are you playing Celeste right now without Talent X? Or like, we should really be building around a type of like a talent or anything like that. I mean, at the moment, it seems like Monk is kind of, yeah, you've got more single target on the right-hand side. You've got some Rising Sun Kick stuff on the left-hand side, which makes it, I mean, does that make it kind of awkward in raids to get to? If, like, you were raiding and you wanted, maybe you're doing, like, an Araz where you don't want to outright take AoE, but you want, like, maybe Rising Sun Kick's gonna do some cleave damage or something. I mean, I guess you'd probably just use Slicing Winds and flipping Whirling Dragon Punch. Maybe not even bother. Oh, we don't have any smart wind... You guys sounded like smarter Windwalkers than I am. I need intelligent, strong, handsome Windwalkers right now. Where are they? Where are they? So, okay, I mean, that's fine. Like, all that I really want to show off with some of the YouTube-y kind of stuff is... I just want to show off roughly, like, some playstyle things, maybe some nice synergies. But I think I've got enough here where I can talk about Windwalker and say, look, like, I don't know what the best build is, but here's how some things are flowing. Right now, these things are doing a lot of damage. We'll see if they get tuned. But show some, like, sort of rough gameplay, I think, would be nice. I'll probably start with Shadow Pen, though, because I think it's more simple. Okay, I'm going to go grab a coffee, and then I'm going to, like, record the YouTube video component, and then we'll jump off Windwalker. Cool. If you guys have any more questions about Windwalker, let me know before we do that, and I can chat about them, but I'll be 1 minute. Hello, friends. I've returned. Right. So, we DJ Lightning amp back or AMP? Yeah, that's gone. So the crackling Jade Lightning is gone, but I don't know that you really need it, depending on what else you're playing. I don't know. I mean, I guess it was something you'd press once in a while. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not opposed to it probably coming back, necessarily. I just don't know where you fit on the tree. Like, you'd have to kind of swap out some bits, right? So basically, all you would do is you'd wait until it hit maximum stacks. Basically, you'd have crackling Jade Lightning on a button, it would start glowing, and you'd press it. And that was it. There was probably some ways you could min-max it a little bit more than that, but basically, wait until it glows and then press it. But yeah, still on the fence with Windwalker changes. I mean, like, this is the thing for me that I'm looking at with most classes right now, is it doesn't even feel like they've massively changed. Like, I guess just a lot of the core rotations are remaining same. That I don't feel like they're so different. Like, Windwalker's had some stuff removed, and yet moment to moment, I'm doing the same stuff, really. It's just now I don't have absolutely everything. Like, now I don't have Crackling Jade Lightning and Whirling Dragon Punch and SEF and Zuen and Strike of the Windlord and Slicing Winds. Like, it's just a bit of it's been consolidated, but like, yeah, it's still at its core very much the same. This is just a Westfall music. Zivko. A lot of stuff got baked as passives or free stuff that happens when you press another ability now. Far more streamlined. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Right, I want to get rid of these. I want to get rid of that. I want to pick this stuff back up. What else do I need to get rid of? I mean, I don't think I can drop Slicing Winds. It does too much. How can I pick up Sky, Fire, Heal? I think that's all. The only other talent I think I care about right now. I guess I can't. Do I need it? Oh, wait, where'd all my flipping Apex talents go? Oh, there we go. Huh, that was weird. Why is there a node? Why is there a node going from detox and jumping over a node? Oh. Well, because I've missed that one, but I've got these. The last ability hit tracking is part of base UI now, right? The last ability hit tracking. Oh, part of the base UI where? Oh. Good spot. Yeah? And you can try teachings of Monastery? Track Brew if you want somehow? Would Brew be worth trying? No, you probably don't track Brew, huh? Is there anything about Windwalker that's like... Nah, I guess that's not what I'm trying to do, actually. I'm just trying to show people what's changed, what's new. Oh, I don't see the point, Thunder. I'm done with all the content this expansion. Like, I've already cleared the raid. I don't care about logging right now this season because it's like a shit season for logging. It's just very RNG. Even though I'm still top 17 ferals right now, actually. Big. 17th. I didn't even realize. Like, I checked the other day and I was like, oh, shit. I didn't think I was doing terribly. But yeah, I don't care about logging this season. I don't care about Mythic Plus this season because it's all just cringe people selling keys. So, like, the 0.1% title doesn't even mean anything. Yeah. I wouldn't, I'm not going to pay 100,000 for it. I don't need it for anything. It's also not character, like, it's not account bound. It's per character, which makes it just, like, dead for me, I think. But yeah, if you're still progging, then yeah, I would pay for it, you know? Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Right, cool. Okay, dudes, I think what I'm going to do... So I'm going to sort of do like a little bit of a YouTube sort of highlight here, talking about Windwalker, covering a lot of stuff that we've just gone over, but like doing it sort of in one nice little neat little package. Then we'll move on to the next spec. So let me just get my ducks in a row. Let me get my head in a row. But if there's anything I missed or anything you think that I should talk about during this and I miss it, please feel free to type it and I'll see if I can remote squeeze it in. YouTube voice coming in. Hello, YouTube! No, hopefully I won't do the the YouTube voice. Is there any other things that I need to... I mean, there's some things that have been removed. But in terms of what's been removed... Okay, yeah, let me... You know what? Let's just go for it. Okay, cool. Let's just go for it. I think I know most of the things that have been removed or adjusted and whatnot. Big. Yeah, rip New World. I love how everyone's pretending like New World was a great game now because it's been killed. Everyone's like, oh, it was such a good game. It's like... Ooh, it's not a good game. That's why it's dead. Mr. Sim, thank you for the gifted sub, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it big time. Thank you. Right, okay. I'm gonna ignore all you guys for the moment. I'm gonna get into this sort of YouTube vid style, talking about Windwalker, and then we'll jump onto another spec. Okay, cool. Right. So, Windwalker in Midnight Alpha has had a few updates. Some things have been condensed and sort of become either choice nodes or had some things baked into other things. So at the moment, and we did just get an official update, so there was a patch last week where there was some like data mine changes and sort of unofficial changes, and it looked like it was half-baked. I don't know if it's still a little bit half-baked with Windwalker, but right now it plays pretty fun. It plays very much like The War Within in many ways. It's just... you don't have the full kit like you had in Midnight now. Or you've got to, you know, make some choices between, like, Strike of the Windlord and Whirling Dragon Punch, for example. SEF is gone. So, SEF is gone. It has been replaced by Weapons of Order, which then has been renamed to Zenith. So, this is the main cooldown now that you have. And if you're running Shadow Pan, it's the only major cooldown that you have. So, chi cost reduced by 1, and Blackout Kick reduces the cooldown of affected abilities by an additional 1 second. Activating Zenith resets the remaining cooldown on Rising Sun Kick and grants 2 chi. And then there's 2 charges of it, right? And then there's a couple of talents which you can still take. You can extend its duration. You can reduce the cooldown of it. You can get, during Zenith, Blackout Kick generates 1 chi. I mean, if I even just type in some things here with Zenith, you can see the various things that are affecting it. Your damage dealt in Zenith is increased by 10%. Melee attack speed is increased by 30%. This bonus increases 60% during Zenith. And then there's some things on Shadowpan. Activating Zenith instantly grants 10 stacks of Flurry Strikes that trigger on your next attack or 70% effectiveness. Energy spenders deal an additional 40% damage. Every 50 energy spent reduces the cooldown of Zenith by 1 second. And then Flurry Charge generation is increased by 50% during Zenith. So there's like a few things interacting with it. There's some stuff over here. So it looks like for the hero talents, like the current tier sets have sort of been baked into them a bit. I don't know as much with Shadowpan. I feel like that probably is the case, but definitely with Celeste, Heart of the Jade Serpent, like, and Yulon, and this stuff has been baked in here. Heart of the Jade Serpent stuff. So there's some interactions there with Zenith. So that is your new major cooldown. You then have Strike of the Windlord and Whirling Dragon Punch are now a choice node. It looks like they do similar amounts of damage relative to, I guess, their sort of resource cost. Strike of the Windlord does more damage, but it's going to cost 2 chi. Whirling Dragon Punch is free, but is like not going to do quite as much. You still have Slicing Winds. There's a node that increases its damage by 100%, so it now hits like really hard. If I show you Slicing Winds, I mean, just there, it's doing 50k non-crits, which, I mean, how do I put that into perspective? I mean, a Tiger Palm's doing 2,500, a Blackout's doing 10k crit. Rising Sun Kick's doing 15k-ish, so... yeah, Slicing Wind's hitting very hard. Very, very hard. What else have we got going on? Crackling Jade Lightning has now been removed as sort of like an empowered talent. That's no longer a thing. And then Zuen is only in Conduit. So you get Zuen in Conduit, which when you use Zuen, it then allows the ability to be reactivated, which is then going to do the Celeste Pulse, Conduit Pulse thing. So I'll show that shortly. But there are a couple other new talents that I think have been added. Obviously, some things have been changed around. We now have, like, I think this is new, right? Jade Fire Stomp stuff coming through over here. And then you can do, like, Jade Fire Stomp does more damage on a single target or does more damage in AoE. There is some things that are going to increase... so there's some interesting stuff here with, like, Rising Sun Kick. So you got Rushing Jade Wind over here on the left-hand side of the tree, or Rushing Jade Kick, sorry, which is going to make... So after consuming your free Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick has a 40% chance to become Rushing Wind Kick, which is then going to cleave everything in front of you in a 25-yard cone, which is kind of massive, actually. That is insane. So I guess you're getting a ranged ability back. So then you also have... Yeah, there's just like some Rising Sun Kick stuff here on the tree. I was playing around with this with going like Shadowpan and more Rising Sun Kick stuff. And trying to do more Rising Sun Kicks, trying to cleave with it in AoE. So that's some of the situation there. The way the talent tree is basically set up right now is like top of the tree is some generic, general Windwalker things. Right-hand side then starts going into like Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, generally more single target based things. And some generic Windwalker stuff as well, like resource management. Left-hand side of the tree is the traditional Spinning Crane Kick stuff. Jade Ignition's there, Dance of Chi-Ji, etc. So, like, this is some Spinning Crane Kick stuff. And then there's some Rising Sun Kick stuff here, which has some interactions with, like, Blackout Kick and Dance of Chi-Ji. So, like, there's some more AoE things down here at the bottom left of the tree. Then the middle tree seems to be buffing some of your cooldown stuff. And then right-hand side of the tree, there's some more, like, well, there's Slicing Winds, and then there's Jade Fire Stomp. So this is more general, like, AoE and single target application. So there's quite a few things going on there, but that's generally how the tree breaks down. In terms of Apex talent, you have, while in combat, you gain Tiger Eye Brew every 7 seconds, causing your crit strike chance to be increased by 2% during your next Zenith. That's your major cooldown window. Stacking up to 20 times, generating quickly up to 10 stacks while out of combat. Then there's the 2-point node, which is your crit strike damage is increased by 20%. And then you have a chance equal to your crit strike to increase the damage of your Fist of Fury by 15% each time it deals damage. Cool. So that's some of the stuff we got going on here. In terms of gameplay then, so you can see my bar, if I'm actually not playing Conduit right now, my bar is quite empty in terms of rotation. I do have Slicing Winds here. So this is like everything here. It's 8 buttons. 8 buttons, and 4 of them are kind of longer cool. Well, Fury's not really that long a cooldown, but Slicing is 30, 1.5 minutes for Zenith, and then 35 for Whirling Dragon Punch. But if I go into combat then, some of the animations look really cool. And you can see there's this new tracker here, which is going to show my most recent pressed ability. So this is part of the base Blizzard UI now. So if I press buttons, you can see that it's going to remind you, which is very, very, very handy. I don't know if that's currently already in the War Within as well. But that's very nice and handy here. So, cool. Neat. Oh, and here's the Rushing Jade Kick thing that I said. So this is the AoE Rising Sun Kick. You can see there, it hits quite hard as well, I think. Did about 7k non-crit to everything unbuffed. Pretty decent. So, how many stacks are... Okay, cool. Yeah, we could go into this. Right, so if I go into combat then, double Tiger Palm, I guess, Rising Sun Kick, I can Zenith, probably Slicing, Fist of Fury, I guess. Fist of Fury animation looks sick. Whirling Dragon Punch. I probably should be spending some of these Spinning Crane Kicks, but... Hey, that's all good. I don't need to play this perfectly. But you can see during the Zenith window, I don't really need to Tiger Palm much. And this is, I know you're thinking, because this got brought up during testing, but you're probably thinking, shouldn't you be Tiger Palming a lot more often during your cooldown window because of Shadow Pan? Well, no, actually not the case. That's been changed now, so you're no longer getting stacks or like needing Tiger Palm to build stacks or anything like that. So that's no longer a thing with Shadow Pan. That's been changed. I think this is the node that it's changed from, where it's just... Is it just Rising Sun Kick and Spinning Crane Kick and do Flurry Strikes? Chat, you can remind me of that. If I have got that wrong, please correct me there. But basically, the node where you need to be Tiger Palming during your Shadow Pan is no longer a thing. So you're freed up to do more of other things, and during your Zenith, it just chi generation is so good that you don't really need to be Tiger Palming. You can do all of the other things. So I'll show a bit more of the show a bit more of the rotation, but just keep an eye on some things. Like Slicing Winds right now is doing insane amounts of damage. Now tuning is being done currently in alpha, but we're definitely not at release stage yet. But Slicing Winds there just crit on 3 targets of the 5. Did 108,000 damage. Now, the only comparison I have, the only kind of like way I can compare this to anything is Feral Druid, which its Ferocious Bite is currently doing somewhere between like 12 to 15,000 damage crit. So this is the hardest hitting ability I've seen on alpha so far. It's mega. So, that's hitting really hard. Also, your Celeste is doing mega damage. Those are some big things. But, yeah, you can see, like, the rotation for Monk. Again, I'm not going to show, like... I'm not trying to show this, like, perfectly, because I'm just not... I'm not there yet with, like, Alpha and stuff, like, with some of this. But, trying to get those Rising Sun Kicks in, trying to get the Fist of Fury going sort of ASAP, because... The quicker you get Fist of Fury going, the sooner you can get a second one in your Zenith. Now, I should be able to... Yes, just there, right on the buzzer. Now, I don't know... Yeah, that's fine there. So you can get 2 Fists of Fury during your Zenith for sure, and that's without a Bloodlust window. Outside of my cooldown window, outside of Zenith, I do feel quite, like... kind of starved of resources. You can see right now, like, I'm just fully, like, things are available. I can't really press them. I got no chi right now. Now, this could partly be due to a bad talent build. Like, maybe the talent build could be improved, and that would help. But, my energy regen, specifically, is brutally low right now. And that's making it feel a little bit pants outside of the cooldown window. But, like, in terms of flow and everything, I mean, it's pretty cool. I like it. It feels nice. It feels like Windwalker. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. You think Windwalker's going to play crit next expansion? Yeah, I mean, maybe. There is a talent which just gives you, like, 20% flat crit. Is it in Flurry? Yeah, well, yeah, the Apex talent. Sorry, during your Zenith, not during your Flurry. During your Zenith, I'm Not from flurry stacks, I should say. So during your zenith, you're going to have crit. But then you get increased crit damage. And then this is going to scale off crit as well. So, yeah, I imagine you are going to go maybe more crit mastery or something like that, maybe. So in terms of Celeste, so like I said, the current tier set has been baked into the hero talent, which is like the same for everybody. Zuen is now only talentable, or well, yeah, I guess talentable, if you play Conduit. So Zuen is now available there. Shadowpan does not have access to Zuen. So I'm just saying that like 9 different times so people get that straight. So when I use Zuen, it's then going to allow me to recast to then do the Conduit Pulse. And that hit incredibly hard. I think on testing earlier, chat, wasn't it doing like 70k Pulse on single target as crit? And then on AoE, it was doing like 65 on single target crit. And then it was doing like 70k, 75k on AoE. Now, that might have just been some proc variants. Maybe some stat stuff that I got some procs and things. But that's kind of it. Apart from that, it kind of is going to play very similar. So I guess I can Zuen, do some Slicing Winds, get my Whirling Dragon Punch on CD, probably spin here, get some cooldowns going. Now I can Conduit, and Conduit is pulsing for 75k a tick. I mean, it's mega. Like, the amount of potential burst you have with Slicing Winds, Fists of Fury, and Conduit is crazy. Based on current tuning, anyway. But, I mean, even without the tuning, like, there's just so much burst available with this, I think. So, yeah, but generally, I mean, I play Windwalker on live. It feels very similar. They removed a couple things, condensed a couple things down. Like, yes, I don't have Strike of the Windlord and Whirling Dragon Punch, but to be honest, probably for the best. I mean, it flows a little bit better, and I wouldn't be able to press all those buttons right now anyway, based on the current resource situation. No, that's just a visual bug. I am talented into Conduit. It's just a visual bug. There's something funky with the alpha right now where it doesn't show it, but I definitely have it because it's there. But yeah, bit weird. So yeah, some people are Slicing Winds haters. It is what it is. It's probably going to be something that you're going to take in a lot of situations. In terms of like build variants, yeah, like I say, general Windwalker stuff at the top, single target on the right-hand side of the tree, some AoE / single target here, because Slicing Winds will do both, and you can kind of switch it up a little bit there. You've got some choice nodes. Same with this Jadefire Stomp, which you've got here, which I haven't shown off. So I actually will, let me show this off real quick so you can see. You can either have it do more damage to a single target or do more damage in AoE. So I'll just go more to a single target. Let's do that. I think that's at the end of a Fist of Fury window. Yes. So if I go into a single target, do a Fist of Fury. So it does a big Jadefire Stomp now. Woo! And how much damage did it do? Please don't tell me I missed with it. It missed? It missed. If anything's gonna be missed, makes sense to be on the monk. All right, let me back it up a little bit, cowboy. I missed again. Okay, I don't know if that's not working correctly. Maybe that node isn't working. This is clearly a skill shot ability. Right, let me try this again. Let's try on AoE. Maybe that node is kind of bugged. All right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So that's doing, I mean, that's doing some really good damage as well. Wow. It's doing some good damage. I mean, maybe Monk is just like mega overtuned right now in Alpha or something, but everything is hitting really hard. Okay, so those are some of the things I wanted to show off. Chat, can you think of anything else that I really need to show? Yeah, I've shown right-hand side. So bottom of the tree here is a couple of choice nodes and some AoE or single target. Middle of the tree is like cooldown-related stuff. And some like sort of generic buffs that'll buff you in all situations. And then left-hand side is this Rising Sun Kick, AoE ability and sort of playing more into that area of damage. So, show us your best Fist of Fury impression. All right, I can close out the video with a Fist of Fury impression. All right, this is the new. A little kick. Little kick. There we go. All right, that's Windwalker. That's everything covered. Now roll. Hold on. I used to be a gymnast. So I can do it. Roll. Yo. Hold up. Hold up. That was pretty big, actually. I just shook my whole house. Okay. That's Windwalker. That's Windwalker. That's how it's looking. I think I hurt my wrist. That's Windwalker. Sick. You missed it. Yeah, I'm good. Oh, I did a roll. I did a forward roll. They were telling I was doing a monk video, and they told me to do my monk impression. So I did a roll. My brother just ran upstairs because he thought I was in trouble. That's funny. I mean, guys, I'm fine. I used to do gymnastics, okay? Don't worry. Don't worry about me. Now I'm gonna do impressions to close out every class? What? How am I gonna do Shadow Priest? I know Shadow Priest is that new Void Wiener. I don't think I can't afford the 3-day ban. Right, what am I doing? I can bring chat back up. Right, I think that was a pretty... I mean, that's pretty good. I think I was showing off a good amount of stuff there with Windwalker. I think that's pretty good. I wanted to start the video just showing some rotation stuff, but I think I'll do that. I can edit that in after. That's cool. Okay. Big. Thank you, chat. Hopefully that was all good. Have a mental breakdown or something? That I can do. Mythic Dungeons are not out yet, no. It looks like, so beta is out November 11th. Yes? Which is 11th, 11/11 of the 11th. That's the day the World War I ended. Yes? 11/11/11. Big. Let's all take a moment of silence, maybe. So that's when beta's coming out. And then I think that they're adding in like Mythic Plus and stuff like that. Oh, is the second week? Whoops, that's me. Oh, is that the clip? So Mythic Plus is week 2 of beta. Okay, cool. How was the roll? Hold on, let me see. Wait, why is there no sound? Oh, I haven't muted. Hold on. Video with a Fist of Fury impression. All right, this is the new. Why does it sound like I'm drowning? If you turn, this is really quiet for me right now because I have like my. I mean, it sounds like I'm being waterboarded. All right, this is the new. I'm actually my mint green jumper as well. Perfect. Little kick. There we go. All right, that's Windwalker. That's everything covered. Now roll. Hold on. I used to be a gymnast, so I can do it. Roll. That's a great roll. That's a great forward roll. That's fantastic. That's a great forward roll, ladies and gentlemen. Not barefoot? Yeah, I got... A monk can't wear socks? Come on. Come on. A monk can't wear socks? In this economy? Thank you, Casual. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You see. I'm messaging my guild Windwalker, and I'm saying, have you seen the new Windwalker changes on Alpha? And then I'm just sending him the clip. Alright, okay. Anyway. Okay, what are we doing? We gotta speed this up, guys, because I want to check out, I want to do this, and then I want to check out, the prey system. Right, so we're gonna do Shadow Priest, and we're gonna check out Elemental if I can as well, because Elemental is one that the cooldown window for Elemental, I have never felt like, I think it's probably the best feeling. Probably the best feeling of a cooldown window. Now I just need to learn how to play it correctly. It probably looks like a Fire Mage Phoenix stuff, actually. Like, it probably is similar to that, but when you start talking about stuff, just overlay that into it. Yeah, that'd be good. Right, okay, so what's going on with Shadow Priest? So I've already looked quite a bit at Shadow Priest. I kind of know what's going on, but I don't sort of really know what talents are, like, great right now. I mean, there's still missing some stuff. Talent's coming soon, talent coming soon. Same there. So I think fundamentally, right, they are... So the Apex talent is when an effect from an idol is activated, conjure shadowy apparitions. So idol summonings is quite important now. Shadowy apparitions have a 30% chance to spawn as void apparitions that release a void bolt at their target and deal 50% increased damage. Wow, okay. So does that... Okay. Tentacle Slam has a 100% chance to activate an effect from one of your idols. So Tentacle Slam is replacing Shadow Crash. It still works exactly the same. It's just a new visual, right? You get the Shadow Penis, okay? Boom. And then some apparitions go out. Dope. So that guarantees summon an idol? Is that what that says, though? What idol effect occurred? I don't know, actually. But it can do any idol, even if you're not talented into it, as far as I believe. As far as I'm aware. But if I, like, double flippin' crash... Yeah, there's a Void Lasher. And I'm not talented in... No, I am talented into that, yes. Boom, that's casting Mindseer. That's sick. So... Oh, it was Yogg stacks? Right, okay. Is that what I got? Right. Conjuring Shadow Apparitions, get a stack of Idol of Yogg Saron. At 25 stacks, you summon a thing from beyond that casts Void Spike at nearby enemies. Okay. So, there's 4 idols now down at the bottom of the tree. Can I get all 4 idols and call it the K-pop build? I can get 3. I can get 3 idols, ladies and gentlemen. That's 1/8 of a boy band. So that's the situation there with Tentacle Slam. So that's basically just your Shadow Crash. Oh, and you could increase its damage by 300%. 300%. Kind of want to go through the talents themselves. But Void Form has also changed now. So Void Form now is... like, when you use Void Volley... So it becomes Void Volley, right? It's a way longer cooldown now, but it is haste reduced. So I'm covering it a little bit right now. But it is reduced by haste. So, as you get more haste, that cooldown will be lower. But that's your Void Form now. Now, I think all of the stuff... Call of Lysarum... Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, there's still the situation with Void Weaver where you're, like, extending... Is it just Void Weaver that does it? Maybe both do it, actually. Maybe both do it, where when you spend... So... Devouring Plague has been renamed to Shadow Word Madness. But when you are using... There it is. Right, no, it's a talent there. Ancient Madness. So casting Shadow Word Madness increases the duration of Void Form by 2.5 seconds. So basically, yeah, so it's a hero talent irrelevant. But your Void Form is going to be increased by spending Devouring Plague or Shadow Word Madness. And then Void Volley is just a longer cooldown. So, because the Void Bolt that you currently have in the War Within is a super low cooldown. So you're like having to use it pretty much every other global, or every third global if not. But I think it gets down to like every second global. So you're alternating, but then you get overwhelmed with having to do Devouring Plague, and you've got these improved Mind Flay stacks. I can't remember what they're called, but you get the improved Mind Flay like channel. And you're capping out at 4 stacks of that, and then you get in Mind Blast procs, and you're at 2 stacks of Mind Blast, and you get, like, the free proc or whatever. And then, like, Void Torrent needs to be used, and you're just like, I actually don't have enough globals here. So I think the cooldown increase on Void Volley, or the change from Void Bolt to Void Volley, and then increasing that cooldown is a good change. But everything is kind of the same. If you play Archon, you're going to just be using Halo. I think... Have they baked the current tier set into this? That is a question. That I don't know. Where would that be? Casting Halo causes you to create a Halo around you at 100% effectiveness every 5 seconds for 10 seconds. Okay. And then enemies damaged by your Halo take increased damage, and it stacks. Halo now centers around you and returns to you after it reaches its maximum distance, healing allies, yada, yada, yada. So it looks like that's the tier set. Yeah, it's been baked in. So hey, you're still going to get the kind of like pulsing Halo gameplay. Void Weaver looks to be the same, though I feel like there was some change here which improved it. Do we have any big Shadow gamers? Was it Void Blast? Entropic Rift upgrades Mind Blast into Void Blast while it is active, sends a blast of cosmic energy. So basically it just does more damage. But it just upgrades your Mind Blast. Yeah, that was something that I remember, like, changes the visual at least. But this is all just about getting them rifts, huh? Then each time you cast Shadow Word Madness, Entropic Rift is empowered, increasing its damage and size by 20%. After Entropic Rift ends, it collapses, dealing 10,000 damage split amongst enemy targets within 15 yards. Okay, cool. Can I do... Void Weaver's mostly unchanged. Oh, nice, cool. We got somebody who knows. Oh, Nilma, I missed all your messages. You have a 1/5 chance to proc per idol. 5, because Idol of N'Zoth has 2 tiers, and you can proc the lesser effects. N'Zoth is this one. So you get a 50 stack proc or a 100 stack proc. So you have a 1 in 5 chance to proc per idol. Right. Also, you proc the idol regardless of if you're talented into it or not. Yep. Yep. And then Void Weaver mostly unchanged. Just losing DA means Void Blasts aren't going to hit as hard as they did in War Within. What is DA, sorry? Death's Advance? DA. Dark Ascension. Dark Ascension. Oh, yeah, I forgot Dark Ascension. That used to be on the talent tree around here somewhere, wasn't it? What did it do again? Let me see. I'll Google to save you guys having to type everything. Dark Ascension. Can I play this on live as well? Dark Ascension mostly refers to the Magic the Gathering. No. Dark Ascension increases your non-periodic shadow damage by 25% for 20 seconds. Gotcha. And then Torrent is no longer baseline. Get it with Void Weaver. Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you'd play it with Archon. Would you not? Wait, hold on. Did you play it? Do you play that with Archon right now? But you just don't really give a shit about it? Yes, you definitely do, because I know that when I play Archon, I will start moving while casting it, and then it will cancel, and I'll go, oh, goddamn, I'm not in Void Weaver. Yeah. So I think you get it in both, huh? Yeah, okay. And then Halo is only for Archon. I mean, I like that. I like that you... What do you guys think about that? Because there's not that many specs where each hero talent has a separate ability specific, like an active ability. You know? Yeah, you play Torrent with Archon only to proc the Tendy for Insanity Gen. Yeah, like as you cancel it, don't you? If Pharaoh didn't exist, what would you main so far based on mechanics only? By mechanics, you mean rotation, right? Or like mechanics of the spec. So if I wasn't gonna play Feral, it would be Boomy because I'm just like a big Druid main. It would be Boomy, and Boomy is actually looking way for me. Boomy looks way more fun in the new in Midnight. It's very similar. There's just been a couple little tweaks that just make it really nice. So let's assume no Druids, right? I would probably go Enhance or I don't know if I want to say Shadow Priest. Like, I mean, Windwalker does look good, but I don't know if I'd eventually get bored of it. You know what I mean? Like, because I remember playing Celeste during the War Within Alpha. Season 3, sorry. The War Within Season 3, like, PTR or whatever. And I was playing Windwalker, and I was going, oh my god, Celeste is so insane. Like, you just have, like, Fist of Fury every 2 seconds, and whoa, it was crazy. And then, very quickly, I just, like, when we actually got into the season, I started to, like, fall off of it a little bit. Not fully, I still play it, but, like, it just kind of fell off a little bit for me. So I don't know if Windwalker, even though I like it on the alpha, I don't know that I would main it. Probably, Enhance to me probably looks the best. I really like the cooldown window for Enhance. Yeah, Fire. Well, I realized I just couldn't really do it. I couldn't play Conduit as fast as it is while doing mechanics and things. And I was finding I was just like I couldn't actually get globals out. Like, my Whirling Dragon Punch would be available, and I'd miss the window. Like, I couldn't get stuff on cooldown enough to get, like, Whirling Dragon Punch going and, like, other things going. It was crazy. It was mental. So... yeah, funny. But yeah, probably, I don't know, I think Shadow Priest looks really good. I mean, if I just show you a bit of the gameplay, I don't know, would you start with the Mind Blast, I guess? And then flip in, drop a Tentacle, drop my lads, Void Form, send that, Devouring Plague, start sucking. We got Empowered Mind Blast now. I mean, how sick does this look? Oh, shit. Void Form? Okay, nah, it'd be Shadow... forget everything I just said. It would be Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest actually looks sick right now. Another Void Form there. You can get another Torrent in. The Empowered Mind Blast is like a nice little touch. Like, it's effectively the same thing, but I just feel like it's better, you know? Then the AoE volley looks amazing. I don't get Empowered Mind Flay in Void Weaver, do I? That's just for Archon, huh? This is the only thing that sucks, is like the long Mind Flay cast I don't like. But whatever. You get Void Torrent up, it's only 30-second CD, not bad. This just feels like a way more manageable insanity generation right now as well. I kind of like the I like the Apex talent for this one because you can feel it, right? Like you can see you're just summoning way more idols and everything. It's crazy. And I guess in your burst window, can you double tentacle slam or like or tentacle slam quite quickly maybe? It's like you get double idle during a cooldown window, like during Bloodlust, right? Is that hasted? No. 15-second CD. That's hasted. Is Mind Flay's hasted as well, isn't it? Obviously, yeah? No, I haven't tried Mage yet, Craft. No, not yet. Have you got Alpha? Well, you'll have Beta in a couple weeks, huh? You'll probably beat me to it, but I want to start doing way more testing of specs on the Alpha now. In the run-up to Beta. You think so, Nilmo? I mean, am I being a bit naive then with how I'm feeling? Because I actually, like, I don't want to go and play Priest on retail right now because of how I'm playing it in Alpha. Like, Alpha's making me way more... Like, I want to play this version of Shadow Priest. Now, I think overall it's the same buttons. Like, I don't know. I guess how much have you looked at other specs as well? Because I've played all these other specs on Alpha. I've easily played a good 15 specs on Alpha, right? Or 10 at least. Everything's getting pruned, and on paper it sounds really bad. And don't get me wrong, in some situations it's gonna be pretty cringe, like on pure single, right? Like for sure. But yeah, there's definitely situations where your spec could feel quite bland in certain situations, but, like, for me right now, like, ultimately, what am I doing so differently on Alpha right now that I wouldn't do on Midnight, besides just having a more comfortable rotation, where I actually have time for things to breathe? Because that's what I feel right now. That clustered feeling you got from retail and Archon CD window, that's effectively the same in Midnight. For Archon specifically, let me go do some Archon. Void Volley change doesn't do much with the addition of Tendy slamming on CD in Void form. Yeah, I guess if you are filtering in more tentacle slams. So you think it's not gonna like change the feeling too much? I mean, it's definitely going to help, because imagine if you had both, I guess, but, Well, that's the thing, Woodland. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I got the reduced haste one. Yeah, damn. Wait, if that's a buff, can I just, like, remove it? No, you can't cancel it. So, Aggressive Void Bolt means no more AoE dot extension. Plus some of the natural cadence the rotation had in CDs. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I can only go off the experiences that I've had with Shadow Priest on live and here. Obviously, I'm like, Shadow Priest is like my 5th ult or so, or 4th ult or something. So, like, I don't have mega in-depth, like, time on it, but... Oh, that's interesting. Progging your Sarge, not feeling the haste, but immediately feeling the haste debuff. Yeah, you definitely feel the debuff. Feel like cluster ability showed skill expression if you could handle what your spec could offer. Don't get me wrong, I think going for simplicity is the way to go for the game in general if done right. Yeah, I think definitely people like all of us right now. If you're in this Twitch stream right now, you are very, very, very highly likely somebody who is very good at WoW, or at least above average. And so for all of us, we're gonna go, damn, this pruning's lame. But the way I'm looking at it is instead of trying to understand the lens of like the new player, or like a worse player or whatever, like I'm looking at it as how much play alt characters. Because like I can play Feral Druid and I'm fine on that. And I'm chilling on that. But then I log on to like my Shadow Priest and I just feel like, oh my god, I'm so many buttons. Like I'm getting like, well, not so many buttons, but so many things to press during my cooldown window, and like there's a priority here, and it just feels like I can't do everything, and I just feel like I'm failing, you know? So instead of enjoying like, ooh, like look at all these buttons I'm doing and all this damage I'm doing, it's like I feel like I'm just failing the whole time. So yeah. No, Shadow Crash has not been removed. It's just become Void Wiener. Void Wiener does the same thing. Shadow's hard capped to 6 targets in AoE in Midnight. Is that not the same currently? Or, well, no, because you were talking about the extension, right? So Void Bolt, I mean, could they not just make it so that Void Volley extends your dot on a target? I don't know why that's not a thing, by the way. Because if you even just compare it to, like, Ellie Shaman, for example, Ellie Shaman can spread Flame Shock onto 15 targets in, like, 2 globals. Well, same with Enhance. Voltaic Blaze, Lava Lash, boom, done. It's spread. And you do, like, double Lava Lash. And during AoE, like, during cooldowns, it'll just spread infinitely on everything. It's crazy. Volley CD is too long to get the extension to spread dots. But they could add that, though, couldn't they? When are they going to just rename the spec, though? Hardly anything shadowy themed left. Oh, what, to, like, Void instead of Shadow? Yeah, they've definitely gone down the Void route, but I think that started in, like, Legion, huh? Or whatever, something like that. It would have to refresh half the dot duration to maintain. Yeah, so what's wrong with them just adding that to it? But I guess I'm just looking at it as, like, what are some simple changes they could make? You know, if it's like, oh, this feels shit right now because of X. Okay, well, what if they just improve that? I mean, I'm playing it right now. It feels really cool. Yeah, I can definitely see, like... I guess right now I'm not looking at, like... Oh, well, this is going to be target capped, and this is going to be this, and this is going to be that. Because I'm just looking at, like, what's the general rotation flow? How many buttons do we have? Like, how have they reduced cooldown windows or improved cooldown windows or whatever? Or, like, just made the spec flow maybe a bit better for various things. I guess I'm just looking at what changes have they made. I'm not necessarily trying to get into... I mean, Devourer was the only one I've, like, kind of ripped into a little bit. I didn't really rip into it, but... I was quite harsh with it, where I was just like, this is not good, this is bad, this needs to be changed, you know? Yeah. The Apex Talent Void Apparitions are meant to fire a Void Bolt when procced. Yeah, I've not seen any of them. Maybe they haven't updated the visual, like, maybe they technically do, but they've just not done a visual on it. if it's close to what it is now, Spree Swat's close to half a healer in Raid. Halo really does that much healing. Removal of Shadow Word Pain is a massive miss. How come? Because I guess you could quickly dot things up, but would you not just Vampiric Touch and apply both? Again, they can just move that in the tree, I guess, but yeah, maybe they're looking at it as like, in general, they don't expect you to, like, they expect you to use Tentacle Slam to spread your dots, and on single target, you just maintain it with Tentacle Slam anyway. But then, like, or worst case, you have to stop and cast a Vampiric Touch, but then, if you are hard capped to 6 targets, because otherwise you can't maintain it, then that's something they need to look at. Personally, I think it should be 2 playstyles. Archon with Halo has shorter dots, but better ways to apply dots. Void Weaver somehow gets the dot extension buttons. Void Blast gains like the Void Bolt mechanic, but worse version. Yeah? That's something. Oh, running around tagging mobs with Shadow Word Pain is gone? Yeah, because, I mean, you'd have to avoid misery. Yeah, and then you'd have to lose tentacle slap. So you kind of, yeah, you kind of have to take that there. It's like impossible not to take it, basically. Yeah. I guess I'm just not looking at everything as, like, final. I mean, I've seen them rework Survival Hunter 3 times since Alpha began. I mean, they came into Alpha, made, like, we had, like, War Within. They've then reworked it into early Alpha. Then a week or two later, they've then reworked it again. I'm looking at it as if you put some pressure on, like, you know, like none of this is final, you know. Yeah, now you've got to flay everything. I mean, how quickly can I flay everything? Yeah, it's kind of awkward. But I mean, if you're running some mob to mob, it's not the end of the world, but it is a bit. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. Wait, that's not even registering damage, actually. You have to wait for a second. Yeah. Shadow Word Pain is literally the class icon. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's not wrong. Hmm. Right, I want to understand some of the talent breakdown stuff then. So, obviously that's our Devouring Plague. That's, is that the Apparitions? There's no spell damage on all targets flicked by a Vampiric Touch. Oh. Yeah. Oh, Psychic... Oh, yeah, Psychic Link. That's the, like... Flippin' cleave damage. Misery. Place in... Dispersion. Okay, don't care about that. Shadow Word Madness conjures Shadowy Apparition. There we go. So there's Shadowy Apparitions. And they spawn... Madness then. Devouring Plague. Tentacle Slam. Mind Blast gains an additional charge. Increase Shadow Word Madness damage by 15%. Increase Tentacle Slam. Mind Flay damage increased. Shadow Word Pain. Periodic damage has a chance to cause your next Mind Blast to be instant and ignore its cooldown. Increase your Shadow Word Madness damage. Increases maximum insanity. Void Form. We know that one. I mean, what is it doing? It's giving you... It's giving you spell damage. Okay, just increase your spell damage. But then obviously you can extend it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, Nilmo, I'm just looking at it as like, I'm curious how much are you looking at Shadow in like a vacuum of if you're just looking at Shadow, and how much are you also taking note of how all of the other specs are right now? Because like every single spec right now is getting blasted in some way, shape, or form. So it's kind of like, how much is this just the new order of things, you know? Needs to be some clarification on void form. Tooltip's misleading. How so? Except Belly Charming, yeah, you think? Volley of pure void energy. Yeah, so by it saying it replaces it, it's, you think that it's like not saying that it retains the right, okay. Increase damage of Mind Flay by 15%, duration of Shadow Word, pain of Vampiric Touch increased by 1 second when enemies suffer damage from Mind Flay. Mind Flay damage increase a crit strike chance of Mind Blast. I'm wondering if the Mind Seer idol will extend. Let me see if I can proc one. Double things. Look, it's me and the boys. Where are the Void Form amp talents? Void Form. What, you mean these? So you think Void Form is not a very good cooldown, basically? So how is Void Form? So Void Form doesn't actually do anything for Void Weaver? Oh, nice. We got the Mind Flay. Is this extending? No. That would be kind of cool if that did. Anyway, I'll read the rest of the talents. So Mind Flay damage increased. Summons your Fiend. Increase the chance of Shadowy Insight to incur. One consuming Shadowy Insight Mind Blast generates 1 additional Insanity. Vampiric Touch deals 20% increased damage. Has a chance to generate 1 Insanity. Shaman deals damage. Then extends Void Form. Crit strike chance of your shadow apparitions. Crit strike damage. Increase periodic spell damage. Mind Flay damage increase crit strike chance of Mind Blast and stacks up to 12 times. Wow. When the minions last 20% longer and deal additional 15% damage. Isn't Shadow Fiend like a terrible cooldown? Isn't it just like really bad and it's 3 minutes? And then you're forced to take 2 talents here. Wait, what? Does Mindbender just suck? So it's a 3-minute cooldown. Then you have to take another talent which extends it by 20%, but it only lasts 7 seconds. But if you want Idol of Yasaj, you have to. How good is that? Let's see. So Mind Blast and Shadow Word Death cause your Mindbender or Shadow Fiend to teleport behind your target. Oh, okay, yeah. That just causes it to do some AoE. And extending its duration by 0.7 seconds. Okay. Your damaging spells have a chance to grant Call of the Void, increasing your haste by 15%. When Call of the Void ends, you're afflicted with overburdened mind. Oh, God. I mean, couldn't you just drop all of these talents and just pick up other shit? Oh, this has bricked my tree now. Surely Shadow Fiend value cannot be worth 4 talent points or 3 talent points. Like, you don't even... like, I don't know. This whole line looks shit to me. Oh, if you don't have Shadow Fiend, Void Wrath doesn't work? Void Wrath. Oh, that. Transform into Void Wrath. Summon Void Wraith, sorry. For 18 seconds, that casts Void Flay from afar. Void Flay deals bonus damage to high health enemies. There's an extra talent you can take for it. Shadow of Death has a high chance to summon Shadow Fiend. Whatever, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take... Shadow of Death damage increased. If target dies within 7 seconds, then you strip Shadow of Death. You have a chance to summon a dude. Oh no. Oh, it's just cooldown is reset. Yeah, got you. Oh yeah, I didn't finish reading the rest of these, did I? Increase crit chance of Mind Blast, Mind Flay, Shadow of Death by 4%. Increase their crit strike damage. Maybe? Steady cost Shadow Word Madness reduced. Increase damage to Shadow Word Madness by 20%. Cause it to deal its damage over 12 seconds, but increase its insanity cost by 5. That sounds worth it. Shadow Apparitions deal 100% increased damage to targets affected by your madness. That's some primary target damage. Increase crit strike chance of Vampiric Touch Shadow Word Pain by 8% and critical strike damage by 20%. Monthly damage increases a crit chance. Mind Blast, okay. Inescapable Torment makes it a half decent cooldown. I don't know, looks shit to me. Mind Blast has a chance to make your next Shadow Word Madness cost no insanity. Shadowy Apparitions deal 15% increased damage. Have a chance to generate 1 insanity. Damage bonus from your mastery. Shadow Weaving gains 25% additional benefit from Shadow Word Madness. Shadow Word Death deals damage 2 additional times at 15% effectiveness. Shadow Word Madness causes your Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch to deal damage 40% faster on all targets. I mean, you probably don't really want that because then you can't maintain it. Is triple idol still a thing? You can go triple idol. I have the talent points right now to do it. Like, if I wanted to, I could grab that. Or I could grab 2 points and Screams of the Void. But if I don't have an extension on my Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric, then, like, that sounds kind of brutal if you're on more than 5 mobs or 6 mobs or whatever. It's 6? Why is this target capped? What's the point of target capping this? Like in 2025, the year of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, why is it target capped? What's the point? Yeah, if you do both charges, it's 12, but then you can't refresh the old ones. You know? So eventually things will fall off. So basically, they've made a change back in the day because they did something back in the day, but then they've since removed that thing, but then they've not updated the new thing to account for the thing that is no longer there that was added because of the way that it was back in the day. They do that a lot with stuff. But okay, I think that's my biggest critique is Tentacle Slam just being capped at 6, and you're really not going to be able to greatly increase that. You would have to stand there and do some dotting with Vampiric Touch. Which, I mean, Boomy has to stand there and Moonfire. Maybe that's okay. Losing Void Bolt makes it difficult. I guess the way I look at it is that just needs to be something that a lot of people talk about, and then they'll add it back, and then you'll be fine. Or they'll add it to Void Volley or something, you know? The Shadow Word Madness causes your Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch to deal damage 40% faster. Don't want that. Shadow Word Pain damage has a chance to create shadowy apparitions that float toward your target. Yeah. While you have Shadow Word Pain, Shadow Word Madness, and Vampiric Touch active on the same target, your Mind Blast deal more damage. Is that deal more damage to that specific target, or is that they just deal more damage flat? I think the way I see it, though, Nilmo, is like, I know what you're saying, but let's be realistic here of situations that actually apply in the real world. Most of this won't be an issue in Raid. In Raid, you should just be able to probably Tentacle Slam. Some ads will spawn. You'll have Tentacle Slam. You'll press it. You'll save up stacks so that when the ads spawn, you can press it. Whatever. And generally, there's not that many AoE fights in raids these days. You know, you have a fight like Soulbinder. Okay, you'll have Void Slam for that. You'll be fine. You'll have it on Araz a lot of the time. Maybe not every single go, but like a lot of the time you'll have it available. And those ads die so quick anyway that like I don't even know that they're worth dying. So it's kind of whatever. Yeah, I don't know. So the thing like the way Shadow works is you kind of want everything like stacked up, everything pulled together, and then you're gonna blast all your cooldowns. So while your tank is gathering mobs together, you can be doing Vampiric Touch because you wouldn't want to be doing other shit right now anyway, right? You'd want everything to be stacked up. So realistically, you'll be in situations where you will be Vampiric touching things as your tank's grouping up. But then when everything's stacked up, you can then do a single or a double Void Tendril, right? And then you can go into cooldowns. Now, the problem is that if things live more than 20 seconds, then it's going to be kind of rough. Because you're not... They need to add an extension, I think. I think they need to add an extension, or they need to uncap Void Tentacle Slam to some degree. Shadow's pretty down bad right now, you think? Pre-firing Shadow Crash before ads spawn allowed you to dot shitter ads as soon as they spawn and allowed you to have the GCD ready to do any damage to them before they're instantly dead in raid. Attendee Slam needs a target and has a 500 millisecond delay before dots are actually applied. Yeah. Yeah, because I know you'd, like, send your Void... Like, you'd send your Shadow Crash. Because you could, like, Halo, send Shadow Crash or whatever. So, like, these things are then gonna... Like, they're delayed hit, you know? has a massive identity crisis, which is like 3 previous versions of Shadow within the tree. And it's just a mess. That's why I moved away from it. Yeah, I agree with that. I do feel like they're not updating things. Like they're going off of, well, they made a change a while ago, so like they haven't updated for the fact that they've made that change since like they've then made new changes, but then they've not gone and re-added stuff that they removed, or they've not like adapted from there, you know? Right, okay. Well, hey, I'm gonna go take a tinkle, and then we'll do like a little YouTube record, and then we'll move on. I'll be right back, 1 minute. Alrighty, Rudy. Guys, is there anything specific? I probably got to get into talking about how Shadow is at the moment. I mean, I mean, I want to talk about things that I think are true and things that I feel on it. The biggest things for me right now, I do think you need a way to extend Tentacle Slam, or it just needs to be uncapped. Either one of those. It would be consistent with how other specs in this game are designed. Really weird that it doesn't have that extension. There's still some talents missing. I mean, it still needs work. When was the last Shadow update that we got? Hold on. Special effects on the tier set? Ooh, lovely. And Void Form not having the spell amp. This one needs to be explained to me. Void Form increases your spell damage by 10% for 20 seconds. What am I missing about this? Shadow Form has a base 10% amp. So is this not an additional 10%? Twisted Shadow Form with Void Magic increasing your spell damage by 10%. So is this not... Surely it's 10 plus 10. So surely that's just a... Is that how it currently works in the War Within? Why? How is that even a thing? Why would that be a thing? Why would it not be additive? Yeah, I understand what's happening. I'm just saying, why is it a thing? I get it now. You're switching from one form to the other, but both just increase your damage by 10%. So you're going from 10 to 10. Yeah. I get it. But why? Seems really weird. Again, a lot of these things aren't necessarily things that I want to talk about in sort of like a showcase of how does the spec look, how is it playing, you know, what's changed from the War Within. I don't want to, you know, I'm not trying to do like a flipping spec like, you know, oh, there's this issue with an interaction in this situation or anything like that. I mean, I know that obviously is like something that is large scope, but it's something that's like that's a for a different video. I think that's for a Shadow Priest main to talk about all like the flipping issues with the spec or whatever, you know, or like this is where Blizzard needs to design this better. That is strange though. Okay. Yeah, it just turns your shadow stuff to void stuff, and then that's it. But so basically all Void Form is gonna do is it's gonna give you access to Void Volley. So every 10 seconds you can do an ability that hits for a... I mean, how hard does it hit? Doing about 2k a hit. Okay. Alright, I think I can chat about this then a bit. Okay. Yeah, that's a tuning knob. That's a tuning knob. Okay, alright. Interesting. I really don't like this left-hand side of the tree, personally. It might end up being tuned where it's, like, mega, but I really don't like this. It's just all of these just seem so dog. Shouldn't replace it and it said buff it? Yeah, that's weird. But it doesn't. But then again, you have, like, Incon for Feral Druid, where Incon isn't actually really a better form of Berserk. It just makes Berserk last longer. Because over the years, Incon used to be very different, and then it's been nerfed and changed and shifted and whatever, and now it's at a point where it doesn't really actually do anything. It's kind of just extending it a bit. So that's kind of like a similar situation to Void Form. It's because of the historic changes, and then you're left with this talent, which is like, oh, this should be good, but because it's been watered down over the years, you're like, oh, it's not actually changing anything, really. The only thing with the left tree is you need subservient shadows. Oh, that. Oh, summoned minions last 20% longer. Okay, that's very... Yeah, that's very important. Okay. Okay, that is very good. And then the question is, at that point, do you may as well grab Shadow Fiend for 1 talent point? So that affecting all your min. Okay. Just Garbo. I guess I can take that. I could also take Dark Thoughts. Whatever, that will do. Okay, alright. I'll try doing a little bit of a recordy of some Shadow then, and then we'll move on to Ellie. Yeah. I'm not looking at numbers. I don't give a shit about numbers. I know on Windwalker I was like, what the hell? But that's because things were so obscene. I was like, this is way too much. But generally numbers I don't care. Right now. Screw it. I'll take Mindbender just because I think from a flow standpoint, having the 1 minute CD, lining up with stuff. I'll take that for now. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. You can take Dark Thoughts with, okay, how can I grab it, though? You can drop that for now. Okay. Okay. So we are checking out Shadow Priest on Midnight Alpha. And, right now... there have been a few changes to the spec, but I think fundamentally, in many ways, it is playing very similarly to live. They've baked in some of the tier sets into hero talents. They've made a couple of adjustments. They've changed Shadow Crash. It's now this Void Tentacle. They've changed Void Volley from your Void form. Well, they've added Void Volley, I should say, which has replaced Void Bolt, I believe. So they made some adjustments here. They've technically removed Shadow Word Pain as an individual ability, which I think some of the Shadow Priest community are upset about. And yeah, a lot of it is playing very similarly, I think, to The War Within at its core, like most specs that I'm looking at, but there's absolutely some changes, and there's definitely some knock-on effects, and definitely some, maybe some finicky points right now with Shadow. But I've really been enjoying the gameplay personally, which is the main thing I'm looking at right now, is the gameplay fun. Now, I'm only testing it on target dummies, and right now, some of these specific potential issues with Shadow are not going to be highlighted on target dummies the way that they will in actual, like, real-life content. But yeah, very voidy, very spooky. I think, is today Halloween? Today might be Halloween, so very spooky day. So, let's talk then about some of the stuff that's happened with Shadow. So, like I said, I mean, Misery is up here on the tree. This is going to replace your Shadow Word Pain. You have to take this because it's going to unlock, like, all your cooldowns, basically, and you're going to want to grab this. So, Shadow Word Pain is gone. They've also, I mean, what are some things that have been removed? They've removed Shadow Crash, but just replaced it with Tentacle Slam. It works mechanically almost identically, except now there's no, like, travel time. It just kind of is going to instantly sort of occur. You've got your Void Form still, but they've replaced Void Bolt with Void Volley. What else have we got, chat? Anything else that I'm missing that we've really lost? Obviously, I'll talk about the Apex talent soon. They moved some stuff around on the tree as well, obviously. And there's a couple talents right now which aren't even implemented. So coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. So we'll wait and see what those things will be. So it's not complete yet. Absolutely not. I think that's a lot of the stuff that's kind of been removed. Halo or Torrent have moved. Yes, that's a good point. So, Halo has now been moved to Archon only. That's an exclusive Archon ability. And Void Torrent has been moved to Void Weaver exclusively. Which kind of makes sense, actually. I think this is probably a good change, personally. Let me know what you guys think. But I think this is probably a good change. So you have more Halo playstyle here with Archon, more Void Torrent playstyle here with Void Weaver. They have added, like I say, the hero talents. The hero talent tier sets have been added to the trees, I believe. I know the extension and stuff on Halo is here. And then on Void Weaver, they've got like this Void Blast. So Mind Blast has had an upgrade. I think this is new. So it's just an empowered Mind Blast. I don't think... Maybe it's slightly better Insanity Gen? Yes, so it's double the Insanity generation, actually, which is quite significant. And then how much of a... It's a slight damage increase, it looks like. Oh, Void Blast exists on live? Oh, does it? Okay. That's not new then, so that's my bad. I've not... maybe I haven't played enough Void Weaver then. Okay, so that's not new. What's some of the newer things on the Void Weaver tree? So I've been looking around for this. I'm not 100% sure. The new icon, is that's what it is then? Because I was like, I don't recognize it. That's why. Okay, so the icon has just been adjusted there. That's all. And then there we go. So that's kind of the situation with hero talent, I suppose. Then what do we got? Silence is no longer in the Spec tree because it was, or it is in the War Within, I believe. Silence is now baseline because it's definitely not in the class tree because they've... Well, yeah, it's definitely not in the class tree. They're removing interrupts from everybody, but I don't think priest healers had interrupt anyway. Yeah, I think it's just baseline now. Unless I'm completely blind, I don't think it's on the tree. Yeah, just baseline now. Just the right-hand column of Void Weaver is new. Is this completely new, or is this the tier set that we currently have? So while Entropic Rift is active, your shadow damage is increased by 10%. Void Heart now persists 8 seconds after Entropic Rift ends. And then Void Torrent deals 50% increased damage. Okay. Cool. The Apex talent then, when an effect from an idol is activated, conjure shadowy apparitions. Then you have shadowy apparitions have a 30% chance to spawn a void apparition that releases a void bolt at that target and deal 50% increased damage. Now, I don't know if this is currently correctly working. Maybe on the combat log this will show. Let me try getting some... I want to not... I don't want to have too many dots on the thing obscuring. So if I do madness... I mean, it's just a chance to do it, isn't it? It doesn't... I mean, to me, it doesn't look like it was proccing. And the apparitions themselves are definitely not... Oh, it needs... Oh, you need Vampiric Touch. Okay, I'm going to have to do this then. Alright, that's fine. There's just so much... There's so much noise. We'll see if we can grab it. Psychic Link. Shadowy Apparitions. I don't think it's showing up. Oh, I got one there. It was a tentacly apparition. Right, so it changes the model then, yeah? Are you sure? Oh, is it the... Oh, I see. Okay, so it does actually adjust them. Okay, so that is something that you can recognize then. Yeah. You can see one of them has a tentacle on. Right, got you. Okay, that's perfect then. So that is in and working. So they'll be casting Void Bolts at targets. And then Tentacle Slam has a 100% chance to activate an effect from one of your idols. Now, it's important to note that this is irregardless of what idols you have talented. So you can proc any of the... And it's supposed to be 5 idols, so there's 4 at the bottom of the tree here. But then technically you can proc the 50 stack or 100 stack version of Idol of N'Zoth. So there's a 1 in 5 of proccing, or like a 1 in 5 chance of each idol being procced. So if I double tentacle here, then I can guarantee that I'm going to get 2 idols. So the first idol there, I think, was just Idol of Yogg-Saron, and then second one there is Void Lasher, so Cthulhu. I believe that's what's happened there. So that's the Apex talent, which I think is pretty cool. I actually really like it. I like the sort of getting more idols, seeing visually more idols. I like that. I think that's pretty neat. So that's the Apex talent there. So we've talked a little bit about hero talents, spoken a little bit about some of the Apex talents. I'll show you a bit of some gameplay, and then we can talk about... I mean, I'm not going to go into too much into different builds and stuff, different, like, talent loadouts and stuff, because I'm not... Again, there's still some talents missing. You know, things are going to be subject to change. I want to more so try and grab talents that are going to either have a change in how you're playing, or have some kind of, yeah, like, effect on your rotation, or some change, or an additional button to press, you know? Something like that, something to kind of be more showy, more flashy. And then we could talk about maybe some of the potential problems with Shadow, or some areas that maybe need to be reviewed and addressed. So, cool. Oh, I got Yasaj on that first one, right. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, there we go. I'll Think from Beyond, and then we've got Tentacle Big. But I kind of like that. I think that's pretty sick with the flippin' summons. So, how would I play some of this then? So I think it's probably going to play kind of similar to live. I mean, things are dotted right now, but I'll just... Okay. These guys are lasting forever, actually. Alright. Are we good? Let's go again. I've got my free Mind Blast. So, I guess... I mean, I don't know. I can do Mind Blast into Void Tentacle, some of my Mind Bender, PI, all that sort of stuff. Go into the Void form, Void Volley. Don't overcap on Mind Blast. Do another Void Slam. Do my Void Torrent. I don't know if I want a Void Torrent, like, immediately after my flippin' Void form. I don't know if there's some, like, major benefit to that. I don't need to play this perfectly. Right now, based on the amount of, like... I mean, I'm summoning so many minions, dude. It's like... I don't know, I kind of think this looks really sick. But, yeah, I quite like this. Just in terms of, like, thematics and stuff, which to me is a lot of the importance. How does everything look? How does everything feel? How does it flow? I like the icon change on the Empowered Mind Blast. That's very nice. Feels like things are happening in the rotation there. So I like the button presses. Like, each button press feels good. It feels, yeah, I don't know. It feels, I don't want to say powerful per se, but feels like things are happening when I'm pressing buttons. Void Torrent there. So, that's kind of like a bit of the gameplay loop. Obviously, you'd have things like Shadow Word Death as things are dying. You would have, what else would you have? I mean, that's a lot of it, really. Those sort of 8-ish buttons, 7 buttons. So that's that. You also have Halo or Archon, which is going to be playing with Halo, and it's just going to replace Void Torrent. It's going to play very similar to how it does on live again. You're just casting your Halo, which I will show. If he's interested. Then, if I put this here, so... Oh, and I can probably Halo a bit earlier there. So right now I'm getting all of my dot extension just with my Void Slam, but again, we're only on a few targets. This is capped at 6 targets, the Tentacle Slam, which is going to be applying all my dots. That's capped at 6 targets. That, for me, is a bit of an issue right now. And that's an area of maybe concern. So the cooldown window for Shadow is very, like... It just allows you to do all of the normal stuff that you're doing, just everything happens quicker. Can I fit in this last Halo? Didn't manage to get another Halo in there. That's kind of how the gameplay loop is running there. So yeah, a couple areas maybe of concern. So the Tentacle Slam being capped at 6 targets, and then we no longer have the extension of Vampiric Touch and Shadow Word Pain. So, like, you're going to need to keep Tentacle Slamming to maintain your dots. They last 20-ish seconds, but then it's a 15-second recharge. There is a pandemic window on it, so you can extend it to a max of what looks like 22, 23 seconds here. So... You're not going to be able to, let's say you have, I don't know, like 15, 16 mobs or so in combat, you're not actually going to be able to effectively dot everything permanently. Things like your dots will be dropping off. So I think this is where this either needs to be uncapped or we need like Void Volley to be extending dots. So at least when you're in a cooldown window, you're getting the extension. Something like that there. Because that would make the AoE capabilities of Shadow feel a lot better. Void Volley as a cooldown. I don't know. I don't want to get too much into tuning in terms of how good this will be on single target or AoE, or whether it will be worth pressing in this environment and that environment, because that's all just tuning related. Again, things like Shadow Fiend and Grabbing Mindbender and stuff like that, that's just tuning. So I don't want to get too much into whether or not it's going to be worth grabbing these things and their value in certain circumstances based on current tuning. But I like the idol summoning. I like the leaning more into more idols. I like that thematically. I think it's really cool. That's what I'm looking at right now. A lot of the thematics, a lot of sort of like the how does the rotation feel and whatnot. And right now, I really like it. I really like it, but early alpha, or well, late alpha, we'll see how things are going to change. Anything else we want to add, chat? Anything else I want to kind of throw onto this? Yeah, first pull of Algathar Academy. Shadow's going to be AFK the entire first pull. Yep. That's, yeah, that's kind of maybe a potential issue point there. You think Void Weaver has worse Void form durations than Archon? I mean, maybe I just made some misplays as well. But, yeah. I don't know if there's too much to add there. Just... that's how Shadow's looking. I think, for me, my biggest thing is just going to be AoE capability with Tentacle Slam, extending dots, spreading dots. If that gets fixed up, like, I'll probably be pretty happy with Shadow. It won't be, like, as somebody who plays it as an alt. People who play it as a main, yeah, I'd love to hear thoughts on what improvements you think should be made. Or what more things, like, what other things you want to see and how you're thinking for Shadow. But, I mean, I like all these idol summons and everything like that. I like all the stuff going on there. They've updated I think some of the UI stuff to actually clearly show you, like, this is an empowered Mind Blast, well, obviously if you're running Void Weaver, and just made some nice little updates to some of the UI stuff. So that's good. That's everything on Shadow, I think, for me. Lovely. I think that's everything for Shadow for me. I think that's good. I don't know. That one was kind of shrouded a bit in negativity, I think. Because, like, I can tell, Nilmo, obviously you're not very happy with how Shadow's looking. But, yeah, that one kind of maybe a bit more shrouded in negativity. Or maybe, sorry, it was voided in negativity. No shadows there. But, I don't know, it is what it is. Void Archon should not be a void form extender. I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that, yeah. They're both leaning into the same thing, but then, like, Void Weaver is the one that it should really matter for. Mm-hmm. Right, we're going to check out some Ellie, and I have no idea what I'm doing with Ellie. I'm going to give this, like, 30 minutes to try and learn it in 30 and see what we can do. I think that should be enough time. And then maybe I get a chance for the prey system for, like, 30 minutes. If we're quick. Right, I'm going to be flipping speed round on Ellie. Oh, I've done tons of Feral, dude. Yeah, no change. There's not been any changes lately. All my Feral Druid testing is already up on YouTube. But as and when new changes come through, I will play it. I'll probably go do the prey system as Feral anyway, so I'll probably be on it in a little bit. There we go. I get that. Very diehard Shadow Priest, so they am quite negative on the changes going to the next expansion. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I get that. It's like you want it to kind of be the best version it can be, you know. W guard, anyone thinking it's cool? Just under the hood, I've got in the back of my mind that the flaws of the spec currently, and that's and what's happening next expansion. Yeah, I think you're looking at it in like numbers and metrics and passes and you know, all that kind of stuff, and like how that's gonna work and where Shadow's gonna be in performance. And I'm just looking at like how does it feel, how does it look, does it look cool, does it feel good, does it flow, is there choice in sort of some of the talent stuff, you know, in gameplay taking it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, let's check out some Ellie then. Let's check out a little bit of Elemental. So, I don't really know how to build Elemental. I need help on this. I'm just gonna get to the core of a lot. Like, this is what I don't get with the whole simplifying of classes thing, man. It's the talent trees that are overwhelming, not the rotations. Talent should be this big. I mean, I really like the extensive talent tree system. I just don't know how to work my way through it. That's the problem. There's no sort of... They really don't help you figure out what all of your talents do. And that's why you have people who they're playing a spec for a while, and then, like, you can teach them things, and they're like, oh, I didn't even know I had that thing, or whatever, you know? TLDR, Stormbringer's AoE focus, Farseer is single target or raid focus. Yes, that's what it currently is on live as well, isn't it? Yeah, so that stayed the same, yeah? Cool. Because Stormbringer is all about, like, Tempest, Chain Lightning, all that kind of stuff, and then Farseer is just these guys copying your spells, summoning ancestors. Yeah, got you. Because I play a bit of Ellie on live right now, but I don't know why I'm taking what I'm taking. I'm just build copying. Yeah, that's where I think Blizzard's efforts should really be pointed, in helping people understand their talents. You know? Yeah, me going on about the Void Form damage amp. I'm not arguing from a numbers perspective. It's more of a what other 2-minute CD in the game does next to nothing design problem. Yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. I guess I just meant you're somebody who's very invested. You're coming from it from somebody who's like you're Shadow main, so you're gonna be super like dialed in on all the minutia, I guess. Yeah, way more than I would be. I didn't even realize that about Void Form. That's good. That's good to know. That's helpful. But yeah, sometimes talent trees are the things that really getting me. You know, picking up the new class, that's the hard bit. Right. Okay. Let's zoom on. Let's zoom on this because I got like 40 minutes to figure this out. I think max. Okay. So Earthshock or Elemental Blast. You can take either. So that's just a choice node still. Then you have Earthquake, where it will just be cast at target or at mouse. Your damaging crit strikes deal 325% damaging instead of 200. Summon an elemental, but it's replaced by Ascendance. Then you have... Does it do anything? Flame Shock deals damage faster, and newly applied Flame Shocks last 100% longer. Wow. That's like a flippin' Magnum ad, isn't it? 33% faster, 100% longer, baby. Figure that one out. 60% of the time, it works every time. Increase the crit strike chance of Lightning Bolt, Tempest, and Chain Lightning. Earthshock, Elemental Blast, and Earthquake deal 20% increased damage, or they have a chance to refund all Maelstrom. Lava Burst has an additional charge. While Lightning Shield is active, your nature damage dealt is increased. Stormkeeper, I know, that just gives you like free bolts and increases them. Yeah. Lava Burst deals increased damage. Casting Lava Burst increases damage of your healing or next nature physical or frostspell by 15%. Huge for Ascendance, applying Flame Shock to everything too. Wait, what do you mean? You're not saying it applies Flame Shock to everything, you're just saying... Oh, sorry. You're replying to tricks. Yeah, Voltaic Blaze, which aims to make spreading Flame Shock and AoE cleave better. Yeah, Voltaic Blaze is sick. Yeah, I've already been playing a bit of Elemental. I just don't know how to build the... I don't know what talent build to go, but I understand how, like, I think the flow and stuff, generally. But yeah, Voltaic Blaze is sick. You've got it now for Elemental, and you've got it for Enhance. We'll get down to that one, but yeah, Voltaic is sick. To reduce the cast of Lightning Bolt, Tempest, Chain Lightning, increase your max Maelstrom by 50, increase the damage of things, Elemental Fury increases crit strike damage. Then you have reduce the cooldown of Stormkeeper, or casting Stormkeeper summons a greater Storm Elemental to hurl Gust of Wind at your enemy. It's a 30-second CD currently? Oh, because it's been reduced. So it's either a 45-second CD or a 30-second CD. Oh, Ascendance does... Instantly casting Flame Shock and a 100% effectiveness, Lava Burst at up to 6 nearby enemies. Okay. So it's only 6. But you're saying all? There's Lava Burst to all enemies. Okay. Still sick, though. Still sick. I don't know what's better here. Stormkeeper reduction? I mean, what's my Ascendance? 3 minutes? God damn. I wonder if you just want to run passive Ascendance, if that's even a thing. Wait, maybe that's not a thing anymore. No longer a thing? We'll get down to it. Okay, let's find out. So right now I've just got 30 seconds, but I think 45 second also lines up with 3 minute. Yeah. I have not. Well, I sort of yeah, kind of a little bit, but it's yeah, the boomstick like low CD is kind of cool, but fundamentally a lot of it's still the same as I guess like before. Okay, so reduces the cooldown of Flame Shock and Voltaic Blaze by 2 seconds. Flame Shock deals damage 15% faster. I mean, you may as well because Lava Burst is going to flip in, extend it, isn't it? And then you've got increase your haste. All elemental damage increased. Imbue your shield with element of lightning for 1 hour, giving Lightning Bolt, Tempest, and Chain Lightning a chance to call down 2 Thunder Strikes on your target. This is new, is it not? Increase your intellect by 3%. Imbue your weapon. So I don't have Flame Tongue weapon right now. I wonder if I should get it. Right, she's never been good. Okay. While a fire elemental is active, your fire damage dealt is increased. While a storm elemental is active, your nature damage is increased. So, like, is it still the case of elemental build or non-elemental build? Like, this is the thing. I just don't know why. Like, this is what's confusing with elemental. Like, I play Windwalker, and it's very easy to go Blackout Kick and Rising Sun Kick and Tiger Palm. These are all, like, single target or low target cleave abilities. And then there's, like, Spinning Crane Kick and, like, well, Fist of Fury does both. But, like, there's other things that you're very aware are AoE abilities, and you can just, you know where you're at. Elemental is, like, I can't tell what is single target, what is AoE, and how to build it, because I don't know. Just makes it confusing. Casting Lava Burst has a 40% chance to cause your next Lightning Bolt, Tempest, or Chain Lightning to trigger Elemental Overload an additional time. Elemental Overload. What's Elemental Overload? Ah, Mastery. Oh, yeah. Okay, and then increases Earthshock and Earthquake damage by 8%. Stat bonuses granted by Elemental Blast by 25%. And all elemental damage increased by an additional 2%. Increased damage dealt by Elemental Overloads by 40%. Flame Shock damage has a chance to generate 2 Maelstrom. Increased duration of Elementals. Damaging spells incite the earth around you to come to your aid. Come to your aid. For 6 seconds, repeatedly dealing 600 nature damage to your most recently attacked target. Consuming power of the Maelstrom. Additionally, fires an elemental blast at your target at 40% effectiveness. Is that good to proc your... Does that then empower your Earthquake? I want to see that. So it does give the benefits. Is that worth grabbing then? Because then you... That's like a massive mastery Maelstrom save, isn't it? Is it not? Reduces the Maelstrom cost of Earthshock and Earthquake by 5. Reduces the Maelstrom cost of Elemental Blast by 10. Pretty sure that's taken quite a bit in live as well, isn't it? And then here's Ascendance. Transform into a Flame Ascendant for 18 seconds, instantly casting a Flame Shock and a 100% effectiveness Lava Burst at up to 6 nearby enemies. While ascended, Elemental Overload damage increased by 75%. Spells affected by your mastery, Elemental Overload cause 1 additional Elemental Overload. Lightning Bolt, Tempest, Chain Lightning, Earth, basically everything. Deal 10% increased damage. Target's effect, yeah, that's definitely worth. When your Storm Elemental or Fire Elemental expires, at least behind a lesser Elemental to continue attacking your enemies. So there's definitely like Elemental build on the right-hand side. Left side seems more like... Chain Lightning and stuff, and just general, like, rotation abilities, but then on the right-hand side, it's Elementals. Okay, that's probably how it's more set up. Lightning Rod, so I know this is, like, your primary target funnel ability, so your target becomes a Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod takes 10% of all damage you deal with Tempest, Lightning Bolt, and Chain Lightning. Okay. And then you can improve that, increase the duration of Lightning Rod, and its damage bonus by 25%. Earthshock, Elemental Blast. So does that mean it becomes 35%? Or it becomes 12.5%? Earthshock, Elemental Blast, and Earthquake can trigger your mastery Elemental Overload at 50% effectiveness. Overload Earthquakes do not knock enemies down. Call of Fire. Ascendant summons your Fire Elemental when used, which causes Flame Shocks to tick faster and last longer. Flame Shock damage increased by 100%. See, I don't know how I get the talents points to get everything that I maybe want. Maybe I've got too much stuff down it. Oh, it's because I've got like 4 flipping stones. Okay, so Voltaic Blaze instantly shocks a target and applies Flame Shock to 5 targets. Your earth, fire, and storm elementals are drawn from primal elementals, 80% more powerful than regular elementals with additional abilities, and you gain direct control over them. I mean, playing a flippin' Ellie build would be sick as hell, man. After casting Earthshock, your next Earth... Yeah, that's that one. And then your haste increased by 20% at Wall Ascendance. Its duration is increased by 3 seconds. The cooldown of Ascendance is reduced by 60 seconds. Voltaic Blaze's cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds, and its instant damage is increased by 50%. I don't know that I need that. Voltaic Blaze unleashes Volcanic Rage, causing your next... Why is that a 2-point node? Voltaic Blaze unleashes Volcanic Rage, causing your next lava burst to also fire at 5 additional targets with your Flame Shock at 80% effectiveness with reduced Maelstrom generation. Voltaic Blaze unleashes a Volcanic Rage, causing your next lava burst to also fire at 5 additional targets. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I was flipping off with the fairies for a second. So, okay, yeah. So basically, you're just gonna get lava burst that sends out. It's not as effective, and it doesn't generate as much maelstrom, but then its damage increased by 10%. They're making Stormbringer, Flamebringer. Maybe. Yeah, that's just a flat lava burst buff. And then Flame Strike damage increased by 100%. I'm just trying to figure out when am I going elemental build and when am I not. Because, like, elemental build sounds pretty cool. You have to grab fire elemental up here. I mean, you're going to grab improved descendants in some way, shape, or form. You're going to grab Echoes of the Sundering for AoE. Maybe there's some stuff on the left-hand side here that I don't grab. So, like, increase haste by 3%. Maybe I don't grab that. Casting Lava Burst has a chance to cause your next Lightning Bolt. Or whatever, to stack 2 additional times. Like, maybe I don't grab these, right? And I instead grab... Oh, if I break my tree? I break my tree. Hold on. Oh, now that talent's gone. Wait, hold on. If I drop that and grab that. There's something else I got rid of. I mean, maybe I drop these. This is bricked again. Hold on. So maybe I grab... Do I want to grab my Flame Tongue weapon? Damage of your fire spells increased by 6.5%. That sounds pretty good. Take most elemental talents currently, except Primal. Yeah, is that on Alpha, you mean? It's not Primal Elementalist. How can I grab them, though? Can I even do that? Oh, yeah, I can. Increases the duration of elementals by 20%. Flame Shock damage has a chance to generate 2 Maelstrom. I mean, in large AoE, that sounds like it's probably not terrible, but... When your Storm Elemental or Fire Elemental expires, leaves behind a Lesser Elemental. I don't know how good that is. But it's going to look cool, I guess. I have tested Enhance. It's sick as hell. So then for Stormbringer, it's just Tempest does stuff. Caught on Tremendous Lightning. Each Maelstrom spent has a chance to upgrade your Lightning Bolt to Tempest. Then spending Maelstrom grants you haste. Increase crit chance of your spells. I I mean, does it make sense for me to be leaning more... I'm not missing too much in terms of Chain Lightning or anything over here. Yeah, no, I'm fine. And, like, Lightning Bolt and stuff. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. It's not like I'm handicapping this here. Just get struck by... Oh, yeah, movement speed, don't care. Storm Elementals last 2 seconds longer, and Stormkeeper generates 10 Maelstrom. Storm Elemental. Where is that coming from? I've got all the talents here. Yeah. So I can grab... Casting Stormkeeper summons a greater Storm Elemental. I mean, I probably grab that, right? Yeah. Yeah. Storm Ellie with Stormbringer, but you don't take it with Ancestral, do you? I'm pretty sure that's how it works on live. Nature damage is increased. Casting Ascendance upgrades your next Lightning Bolt to Tempest. Each Maelstrom spent has a chance to upgrade your next Lightning Bolt to Tempest. So it's a 0.9% chance. So basically a 1% chance per Maelstrom spent. Okay. Lightning Rod targets now also take 10% of the damage that Oh, I need Lightning Rod. Yeah, am I like inting not taking Lightning Rod? Tempest applies Lightning Rod effect. Casting Tempest grants a charge of Stormkeeper. Maybe I don't need Lightning Rod then. I just won't take it and just let it happen passively. Casting Tempest grants a charge of Stormkeeper. Oh, grants a charge. Okay, yeah, got you. Creature crit strike, champion creature. I read that one. Lightning bolt. Yeah, they do overload damage. Mastery by 9%. Earthquake and chain lightning damage increased by 5%. Okay. And then what's the Farseer? Farseer is your Stormkeeper calls an ancestor to your side. Whenever you cast a healing or damaging spell, the ancestor will cast a similar spell. Ancestor spells at 25%. Oh, yeah. Sorry, me and my brother were just having an intense conversation about how much cheese I'm going to let him use for the pasta he's making. It gets intense in this household. Your ancestor spells are 25% more powerful. Ancestors have a chance to call another ancestor when they depart. I mean, that sounds pretty sick. Ancestors last an additional 4 seconds. Wait, I mean... Lightning Bolt, blah, 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 I have a chance to call an ancestor. Dude, I just want infinite ancestors. Lava Burst gains an additional charge and deals 10% increased damage. Intellect is increased for each ancestor active. When an ancestor is called, they reduce the cooldown of Stormkeeper. Increases max Maelstrom. Using spells with the cast time increases the duration of your grace. Cast time of healing, such Chain Lightning, and Lava Burst are reduced. Those are some defensive things. Increases the damage of Earthshock, Elemental Blast, and Earthquake by 25%. Increases the healing. When an ancestor departs, they cast Elemental Blast at a nearby enemy. Oh. Increases the chance for Lava Surge to occur. And then your next healing or damaging spell instant casts... instant costs no mana and deals 10% increased damage and healing. Your Nature Swiftness is replaced. Yeah, cool. But this summons an ancestor, and so does this. Stormkeeper. And if you get Stormkeeper down to a 30-second CD, like, you can have some flipping... You got a lot of ancestors kicking around. Okay, that's kind of cool. I think I'm good. Oh, did my talents not change? Oh, yeah, I didn't do Elemental Blast. There we go. So, I think... Wait, where's my Ellie? Casting Stormkeeper summons him. Okay. So I think with Ellie, so we no longer have Frost Shock stuff going on. Yeah, they've removed like the Icicle one, whatever he's called. Ice Strike and Hailstorm. Yeah, Ice Strike and Hailstorm, those have been removed. Got it. So I can pre-Stormkeeper, Voltaic Blaze, probably do a Lava Burst, and then Ascendance, maybe? And when am I... or Chain Lightning... Do I Chain Lightning before or after Ascendance? So Stormkeeper, Voltaic, Lava Burst, I guess. Ascendance, Tempest... That's trying to kill my Ellies. I mean, that's pretty sick. That all looks really neat. I love the flipping lava burst, like, shooting out. And yeah, it's summoning Lightning Rod. Okay, so Lightning Rod gets placed on even though I'm not talented into it, so that's interesting. Yeah, Tempest is about to Lightning Rod this dude. Now, I obviously don't have it permanently then because I'm not running the talent. Can Tempest stack? Like, I can stack charges of it? I don't know if I should just be Chain Lightning, like, way more than I am, and only using Lava Burst if it procs, or to generate... I mean, wait, hold on. I'm just thinking. Do I need to Frost Shock for flipping Elemental Blast? I think I do. Oh, wait, what? Does Elemental Blast not work like that anymore? Definitely done. You don't need to Frost Strike ever. So how is Elemental Blast working now? There we got a double. Mastery and Haste. Or was that a trip? No, that's a double. Harness the raw power of the elements, dealing damage and increasing your crit strike or haste or mastery. Wait, it's RNG on how many you get? So you don't have to do different schools of spell anymore. It's just, you can just press it whenever. Yeah, because they're only got... Oh no, I got a double. Ah, no way. That makes it way... That makes it way better for me as somebody who's not an Ellie main. I like that. Okay. Is that way on live too? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I've been flipping... No way. No wonder I wasn't doing as much damage on Ellie. I knew something was wrong. I am only 690 item level. That's probably partly it. That's why the Frost interaction is leaving. So goodbye, Frost Shock. You are a utility button only. In fact, I can put you on F. Cool. So that's leaving. So Elemental Blast still better than Earth Shock, though, because obviously you're getting the flipping stat gain. Is there ever a time when you're not going to take Elemental Blast? I guess, in theory, with Farseer? When they leave the Elemental Blast for you? Earth Shock for single target Farseer. Huge! But even... Okay. Maybe there's some debate there, then. We got 50-50 on it. Okay, so if we do a little Overlord, I think I Lava Burst, Precast, send that bad boy, Ascendance, Chain Lightning. Oh yeah, I can stack up Tempest. Only use Lava Burst if I get a proc, I think. And then I'm just like Chain Lightning. I've got Tempest there. I want to know if I can put Tempest in my procs. My buff tracker. I love that Earthquake now highlights. This isn't on live. Earthquake does not currently highlight when it's empowered. Now I know. It's just like, it's a super small thing. But it's like, it's massive. Wait, does it activate on live as well? I swear this is on alpha only. Because I've not played it for a few weeks. Maybe they've updated it or something, but Ellie on live. Earthquake's alpha only. Okay, you're saying yes it does to Tempest. Got it. I was like, am I blind? Have I been blind this whole time? I was like, there's no way I've been playing Ellie and I've been flipping looking top right to see if my... I still do it. I've been playing Alpha. I've still been looking top right to see if my Earthquake is empowered, and it glows. And it's just like, it's ingrained in me now. Okay, that's nice. So in terms of buff trackers, I can put Wait, where's Tempest? There it is. No, I don't want it. Wait, where do I want it? I want it here. On my... essential. I want it on my truck buffs. That's where I want it. Truck buffs. That's where I want it. There we go. Yeah. Truck buffs. There we go. Okay. Oops. Cool. Looking top right for anything in WoW is crazy. Yeah, but that's just how I do it. It is cursed. You have Echo of Great Sundering. What's that do? Is that a specific talent or something you need? Or is that Echo of Great Sundering? Does it really do it on live? I swear to God I've been playing and it hasn't had it. Or maybe I am dumb and maybe it is on live, but maybe it got added in Season 3. Like, it's not been doing it for long, right? Was it added in Season 3 or was it added in War Within? It's like, it's not been a long time that Earthquake Empower has been there. Yeah, Proverb, it does. It does. Looks, I just opened that up there. I was a bit shocked myself. Yeah, it's got quite a bit of does some good tracking. So okay, so then in terms of Farseer, then I mean I could go into like a single targety build, I guess, with like Farseer, but dude, I'm gonna flip and get a bunch of ancestors. Let's go. There we go. Let's get the boys in, dude. Anything I need to change? I think probably shorter Stormkeeper. Ellie's and Ancestors sounds kind of cute to me, though. Ellie's and Ancestors. That's what I'm calling this build. Did I test DH? I tested Devourer the other day. Didn't really like it. Wasn't super my cup of tea, to be honest. Wait, Nature Swiftness gets replaced. That goes there. So I summon my keeper, my ancestors with Ancestral Swiftness and Stormkeeper. So I think I do probably something... Oh, I have 3 charges of Lava Burst now. Huh. Oh yeah, because this is supposed to be more of a single target thing, isn't it? But whatever, I'll play an AoE build, because who cares? I got the boys. I got the boys. Look at the boys. It's me and the boys. The boys in blue. Oh, one boy's gone. Come back, boys. Come back, boys. So Lava Burst doesn't actually spread. So I do need to, in AoE, you would need to Voltaic Blaze as much as you can. I find Enhance more fun than Havoc. I've not done Havoc. I've only done Devourer. But I think Enhance is very fun. I got 3 proc Ellie Blast. Oh, sick. Oh, look at all the boys. Oh my god, look at all that. Oh, yeah, I got a triple proc. Oh, you're right. I'm on a triple proc now. Huge. You're next. Lava Burst cast will hit all Flame Shock. Oh, wait, what's proccing that? Wait, what was that called? Yeah, because they shoot one also. That's sick. Voltaic Rage. Oh, so every time... Oh, that's going to be so good. That's down here, right? Somewhat... Oh, is it... Wait, what? Is it there? Cause your next Lava Burst to also fire 5 additional targets. Right, okay. I thought it was uncapped. I was gonna... Yeah. Okay. Golly. So would you still pre-Stormkeeper? Because it's gonna summon a dude. Wait, I don't wanna... Oh, no, I guess I could still do that. I mean, how does this not just look insane right now? So every time you Voltaic, you Lava Burst? Yeah. Big. And then I'm not really going to be Lava Busting unless I get a proc for the instant cap. This is in AoE, obviously. You wouldn't run this build in AoE, but... I can still get some single target, Oh, shit, I shouldn't have done that. Because I didn't want to overcap. I guess what I can do is just, like, perma Chain Lightning. Use, like, perma Chain Lightning until you, Wait, why is that still 45 seconds? I changed it to... Oh, is it normally a minute? Maybe it's normally a minute. Just want to spam Earthquake on AoE? Me too. Me too. I don't really like... Like, I don't like Elemental Blast being an AoE ability. I think on single target, it's better. But I don't like it as an AoE ability. Because I want to be, like, blasting Earthquakes down, you know? I got the boys. More boys? Oh my god! Oh my god, did you see all of that? Holy schmoly, dude. Oh my goodness. No one really likes it? Yeah. It's something that puts me off of wanting to play it. I feel like Aang when he loses his ability to flippin' bend, you know what I mean? When he go in the avatar state. I gotta commune with the boys. This is like an advert for Ancestry.com. You want to pump with the boys? Log on. It would be nice if in edit mode, if I could have the duration of my spirits. Don't tell me I could have, like, my ancestors here. Track buffs? Wait, no, I want them here. Wait, how would that look? Flag? Flag? Of course, this decides to brick on me. Now. There we go. Oh, yeah. But it shows me through... but it doesn't, like, show separate bars. I want separate bars for each one. I don't know why. Wait, the ancestors get the Voltaic AoE Lava Burst? Are you kidding? So if I overload Ancestral Swiftness... Oh no, if I Voltaic Blaze and then I Stormkeeper Ancestral Swiftness. And then I Lava Burst. Then they'll do it too. Voltaic, Ancestral, Lava Burst. That's mega. But if I overload as well... Okay. Okay, we're gonna do that. Ellie Blast's Maelstrom Spender is my least favorite change they ever did to the class. I hate having a casted resource spender. Ellie used to be LVB, machine gunning, high movement cast. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is with Elemental Blast. It's like a really long... It takes you out of the flow, doesn't it? You have like these fast chain lightnings and fast stuff that's like popping off instant cast Lava Burst. It feels like it's just like a lot of quick casts, but maybe they don't hit that hard necessarily. But then you do like 2-second Elemental Blast cast. It kind of takes you out of it. You want to be doing Earthquakes. Yeah, I don't like it either. Okay, so if I Voltaic Blaze, summon the boys, and then I Lava Burst. For some reason, I think Ancestral Swiftness isn't summoning one of the boys right now. I thought it's supposed to. Yeah, should be. I like what Ellie Blast does. I just, I like what it does. I just, I don't like necessarily having to, like, do it in AoE or whatever. Yeah, you're saying it's this talent. Yeah. Yeah, because, like, all I want is I don't want the alternating. Yeah, I don't want the alternating. I don't mind maintaining the Elemental Blast buff. So, like, I maintain it for 10 seconds, and then I'm spamming Earthquakes. So, like, if it played more like this, right? If it played a bit more like this... Let me go into an Ascendance. So, like, I apply my Elemental Blast now. Then I'm just Earthquake, Earthquake. Another Earthquake. If it was a bit more like that, right? Now I Elemental Blast. You know? If it was a bit more like that. Alright, I'm back. What are you guys saying to me? Oh, I like how all the Elemental mains talking in chat right now have got blue names in Twitch. It really matches up. But yeah, Macro Nature Swiftness to Ellie Blast, and you don't feel the awkwardness of the cast. Echoes was supposed to be a cleave for low target count that we never had. Wait, Echoes? This... Supposed to be for low target cleave, right. Yeah, I think that's the talent that I probably don't like, yeah. I think it's probably just that. Mm-hmm. Right, let me try this with Bloodlust. Let me try this with Bloodlust, and then we'll chat a little bit about Ellie. Let's get the boys. Aftershock? What does Aftershock do? Is that Aftershock? That's Aftershock. Earthshock, Elemental Blast, and Earthquake have a 25% chance to refund all Maelstrom spent. Oh. Is that worth taking? That's probably worth taking, isn't it? If I can refund it, I could flip in 90 Maelstrom. Why did I not already have that? Wait, that's mental. Yeah, that's crazy. And it resets off itself too? Okay, see, that... The fact that that exists, but then this exists is just like, ugh. Come on. I mean, I guess they kind of help each other. Actually, I guess they do kind of help each other. It's actually the opposite. They probably do help each other, but I do just want to be spamming Earthquake. I'll say that. In AoE. Okay, so... How would I start? I guess I would... Would I guess I can flip in Chain Lightning, Voltaic, Stormkeeper, summon the boys. I'm gonna Bloodlust. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Earthquake. See, like, during this, I just want to be Earthquake spamming right now. Oh, lag. I think the alpha servers are struggling. Is that me or is that the servers? Oh, that's annoying. Servers are lagging quite a bit. Ah, I shouldn't have done chain. I should have done flipping. Oh no, they do copy my spells. They copy my spells the full duration of them. Okay, cool. Yeah, is that me lagging or is that the server lagging? That's definitely the that's definitely just the server. Definitely not me. Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Maybe I can't chat about it too much and do the YouTube thing if it's lag. Okay, cool. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I've got to head off soon, and I want to try and get some of this stuff up on YouTube before I got to go for the weekend. So I will jump off now. I will be back Monday. Sunday is always I might stream, but generally no, because I'm normally pretty tired on Sunday. So I will likely be back on Monday. So I'll jump off now. Shame I couldn't do like a little bit of a recordy thing here with Elemental, but that's okay. I'll get it next time. I think server's just been a bit laggy. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for taking me through a lot of these specs and stuff. I will be doing more alpha testing. I think next week, like, I want to be doing a bunch more testing and everything. Obviously, I know beta's coming soon, but I want to try and get these. I want to try and get through every single spec before alpha is over. So I've at least got an understanding, baseline, how every single spec in this game works. To at least some degree. So today we actually did really well. We managed to hit 3 specs that I understand how they've all changed on alpha and everything. I can talk about them. That's cool. And then we'll be, yeah, we'll do some more next week. I do want to check out Arms Warrior. That apparently is really good. I'll probably start doing some of these class by class going forward. We'll see. But yeah, thanks so much. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you all soon. Don't forget to follow the channel and like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And keep an eye on the YouTube for any of these class